In a world where a man can be named both Ross and Jackson, he is locked on Tardy. An action-packed story that will leave you on the edge of your seat as you wait and wait some more. Critics are calling this the most waited upon action podcast of all time. Don't miss this prolonged premiere summer 2021. Sponsored by Built Bar.
Sleep is for the weak.
In a world where a man can be named both Ross and Jackson, he is locked on Tardy. An action-packed story that will leave you on the edge of your seat as you wait and wait some more. Critics are calling this the most waited upon action podcast of all time. Don't miss this prolonged premiere summer 2021. Sponsored by Built Bar.
Doing tonight?
In a world where a man can be named both Ross and Jackson, he is
doing tonight?
locked on Tardy. An action-packed story that will leave you on the edge of your seat as you wait and wait.
It'd be a crime.
More.
Can't do
Critics
it.
are calling this
Won't
the
do
most
it.
waited upon action podcast of
So-
all time. Don't miss this prolonged
How prepared should you
premiere
be?
summer
Very.
2021.
How much
Sponsored
very?
by
So
Built Bar.
prepared. I honestly don't have.
In a world where a man can be named both Ross
excited
and
to
Jackson,
be hanging out with
he
y'all
is
tonight. I
locked
should probably
on
transition to the
Tardy.
screen.
An action-packed story that will leave you on the edge of your seat.
Whoa! It's Rep Deuce! Oh my God! He exists! He's not a figment of my imaginations. Hello, Dusty. How you doing? How's Mama Dell? Do all right, yeah? Yee? Get you a good circle on there? Yee. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? Professor 1701 Data, Jason Collins, Dusty Prejean. Since you're from Louisiana, mon chat, I assume that it is a Prejean. Sean Day is here. James Clermont. Since we are apparently going with Louisiana tonight as the theme, I'm just going to translate everybody's name into some form of Louisiana, unless it can't be. Like, I can't really translate Bill Harlow. That's just kind of like, you is what you is. Is you is, or is you ain't my baby. Hey, Dusty, you not happen to be related to Lewis, are you? Really? Like, are you related to Lewis with 1037? Robert, how you doing, buddy? Philip and Giorgio, how are you doing? Jason says, thanks, Rev, for your videos. You changed the way I play, all for the better. As before, I didn't know what I was doing in my crew and research upgrades, but now I do. You're welcome. The reason I asked Dusty is Lewis is with 1037 Sports Radio. I actually did a Pelicans podcast with him and have also gone on, RP3 and Company several times for the football stuff. So I was just really curious if you happen to know them because, I mean, how many people do you meet in Louisiana named Prejean, eh? Quite a few, actually. But anyway, just thought I'd ask a randomly personal question about you. So, also, I've got to share this out on the good old interwebs because I haven't done that yet. So, also, just to keep adding on alsos here, I've got to do a little bit of a, well, I don't want to call it promotion because we're still like beyond in the beginning stages. Like, we're so far into the early stages that we can barely call it a stage. But the trading card game that we're designing, or that I'm designing with, well, I guess we're, because there's multiple people involved in the project, including artists and everything. But that is moving along at the moment, so excited about that. Even have a card preview that I could show those who would actually be interested in seeing one of our first cards. So that's pretty cool. If nobody's interested in that, then oh well, screw you guys. But if anybody's interested, let me know. I can show you an example of what one of the cards could look like. We're still, like I said, in the very early processes of that. But if y'all are, care, I can show you. And I also need to share this out with everybody on the, what is that thing called? Discord. That thing. Yeah. I've yet to share it out on Discord and everything, so I guess we should do that. Tonight's theme because typically we try to do themes, is I'll answer what questions I know as they pertain to events and stuff. I did get to talk to one of the ops team today. Granted, it's a Sunday, so I mean, not much was got to done. Kind of had like a real quick, casual, couple sentence conversation type thing. But if anybody has questions, I'll try to answer what I can. If I don't know, I'm sure DJ talked about it on his show, and then we'll get their overflow because they're probably wrapping up here in a minute. But yeah, let me get this shared out. Hello, everyone. We're going live to talk about why Ultimate DJ has the ultimate dad bod. Also, we might even talk about Star Trek Fleet Command. Join us. All right. I'm actually going to tag DJ because I love him so much, and I'm curious what he's going to say to me calling him out like that. Though that's not even an insult in today's world. Like, dad bod is totally where it's at. And Adam says show the car, so I'm glad one person's semi-interested. And y'all let me know if the music is still too loud. But whoops, wrong button. Almost just ruined everything. Like, literally all of it was almost gone. The entire thing ruined. All right, so we get this. And we got to go search on our PC. And then we'll get some server shout-outs. Because we like them. Server shout-outs. Because we like them. Oh. I'm in a really bad singing mood. And when I say bad singing mood, as in my singing is really bad, I'm just in the mood right now. So you just kind of have to lig with it. Just lig with it. All right, I'm getting the card up here in just a second. Now, obviously, the art is not complete. This is still needs a little bit more shading and stuff like that. But top right corner of your screen will have it. Shout out to Server 38. Sean says, I like DJ not getting my money. You got there first. Awesome. I mean, no offense to DJ, but DJ also has a day job. I do not. So I'm a little bit more deserving. But DJ's freaking awesome. I love that guy. Gotten to work with him for over a year now. It's pretty cool to say you've made some friends in a video game like that. So let's give a shout out to Craig. Jay says, sorry, Rev, I'm back. I didn't have a shield up. That's dangerous. Roland, Server 37. Good to see Server 37 here. I haven't talked to a couple of those people in a while. You know, you got Baca, you got Aspen, a lot of cool people on 37. Got to hang out with them in a while, though. Shout out Clayton on Server 38. I'm currently on Server 63. And Robert says I should do a show as Q. I did one of those on Twitch 2 nights ago. Actually did one of those. Congratulations, Siggy Play, saying they got the jellyfish. Now, which one did you get? Did you get the ISS jelly or did you get the old school standard jelly? Both are good. I'm curious. Server 11, shout out Dusty. 51, I've got accounts there. Shout out to 51. Shout out. Shout out Server 16 with Bill. Ooh, couple 16s here. Oh, man, Philip Giorgio, I love that you're here because that is a couple of APAC servers getting some representation. I feel like they get forgotten about. Like, APAC are real. They exist. They're like mythical, but they exist. And so it's good to see them here. Yeah. By the way, for those who are calling it out, I'll tell you one way to make sure my name, well, your name gets called out by me, by my name. And that's to give me comments about the trading card game card to your top right. So curious. Philip says 9:13 a.m. Yeah, it's extremely early. Wow, you must be like in Eastern Europe. Wow. Or Asia somewhere. Or maybe New Zealand. One of the lands that we Americans struggle to place on maps. Shout out to server 10/18. Nick, I see you. That merger, how's the war going? How's the war going? James says, any recommendations on what missions to pick in the event store? None. I never pick missions in the event store. Now, if you're talking about the ones for the current arc, pick all of them because you will be able to do them all with tickets and stuff. The little keys they give out, rather. Tickets is not the right word. And I know that you currently show a shortage, but that's being taken care of, I believe. I can also follow up on that. But Nick says 18 took over 10. Wow, I heard the opposite. I heard Tal on server 10 was kicking butt. So I really got to follow up on that and see what's going on. I got to get the skinny on what's going on. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, anyway, I get distracted really easily. That is such a huge flaw that I have. Remember, everybody, invite your server, invite your Discord, invite your actual in-game server, because I'm here to answer any game mechanic questions you have, especially if you know some new players. There are a lot of new players in the game right now, and I would love to help them out and share them a little bit of love. Nate says, can't see the card. What do you mean? It's in the top right of the screen. It's right over there. It's right there. It's Xena, the goddess of war, with her art about 80% done. Robert says the card looks like Gala with an X. So Xena is an orc possessed by the thread. So the game that we're designing actually has a little bit of lore in it and stuff. So Andrew says, man, we can't multitask. That's sexist and true. But still, that's sexist. I really can't multitask though. Like, I have to do one thing at a time, which makes it very difficult because right now I'm trying to talk to y'all and I'm actually navigating through YouTube because I'm going to check the quality of the stream by pulling it up. So I want to watch it and make sure that everything looks good. And if it doesn't, it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think the stream looks good. Sweet. So check the quality. It says blurry Gala up. So I can't really tell the quality of it just kind of sitting here. I did just resize the photo. So, I mean, it's a 3.5 by 2.5 inch card. So I just kind of threw it up there on the background, but it's not a complete render. Anything is welcome. Jay says, all is good on the YouTube from UK. Sweet. Is 63 open for transfers? It is, Philippa. 63 is brand spanking new. Like, it is so new. It is like 2 days old. Like, here we go. So here's Tomalak. And as you can see, these US servers are opened. This is the newest one. 62 and 63 just launched like 2 days ago. So you got Duras and Tomalak that are now here. Pretty dope. Now, APAC, of course, still has some open ones and some that are not. 189, Kalis, I've played on. Very interesting server. And then goes up to 200. And then here are your EU servers right here with only Masaka being closed, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Holodeck is also closed, but there's reasons for the Holodeck being closed. Up to 186. Good evening, Bobby. How you doing? Nate Pelican from Server 46. How you doing? Robert says blurry on my phone, but clear on tablet. So if you get a little bit of blur, that's probably with your phone's actual bit rate of how it's downloading the video at the moment. So that's probably what that is. Bollock says, can you explain how the battle triangle works? Increased damage mitigation. So the battle log, not the battle log, the battle triangle essentially is the mitigation bonus that you get versus different types. So what you're going to see is if I attack a explorer with the battleship, the mitigation rate in the battle log is going to be much lower than if I were to hit an interceptor, would be reversing the triangle or another battleship. So essentially that triangle is giving you a bonus to a few of your base stats to help improve. Now, it's not a massive bonus, which is why officers and research can override it later in the game. That's actually a complaint some people have, that is able to be overridden, and some people don't like that, which I understand. But you really notice it at the beginning of the game where the battle triangle seems like just super powerful. It just feels like you get even more than officers. And that's because your officers are low level. You have very little research and it has a bigger effect. So if you remember when I talked about like prime officers having a diminishing return with all the new researches, simply being that when you add more, 100% becomes less. So if you add 100, 15, 20, 85, that 100 has less value than if it was by itself. So that's what you're running into is as you get later in the game, there's so many new things that kind of dilutes the battle triangle a little bit in terms of effectiveness, but it does still matter and it can still play a role in your battle's success or failure. Andrew says, why do they open new servers instead of just letting them populate low pop servers? Well, they do that sometimes, Andrew, but it depends. So one of the reasons is, and I'll be honest, if I was a new player, I do not want to join a server that's got a bunch of 50s already on it. I want to join servers with players of like level and like mind, especially if we're new and we're learning together. The worst thing I feel like is to get on a well-established server and be like one of the lone new people and just be fumbling through it as everybody just blasts me out of the sky. But it's yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I want both though. I guess what I'm saying is I want both options to be available. Like server 20, my main server has opened up a couple times, and we've had some new recruits come in, and I thought that was pretty cool, but not reasonably, like in terms of a reasonable rate. Also keep in mind that we're at over 100 servers now, so we're getting kind of full. So we need to start merging some and maybe calming down how often we launch new servers. But at this point, I love launching new servers right now because you just had such a massive change to the game in the next generation being here. I mean, if you look, my cadet crew is TNG LaForge, TNG Crusher, and Chin. I mean, that's a completely different crew. I mean, if you think about it, the starter players now have 2 hostile crews because they got 2 sets of cadets. So they can run one with Chin and one with Talon. So you can run 2 ship hostile grindings now as a like level 11. That is insane. That is a fantastic improvement to the game. And I'm honestly a little bit jealous that I didn't have that when I was a lower level player. But I am, because here I am on a level 10 account. Because I'm a glutton for punishment. So I just randomly just use words over and over. Ooh, 12 hours. So I'm going to do these real quick. Kevin says, also remember everyone in chat to periodically ask Rev if you heard anything about photon tokens. Man. 2Q says 51 has tokens. You know what other server has photon tokens? The one I'm currently on. That's right. Server 63 has got photon tokens. All right. Let's start these. Now, my officer stats are awful right now. I have not upgraded anybody. I've been saving it. We'll take the 80%. Here you go. Come take a look with me. Who wants to see the rare, the vaulted, the impressionable, the impregnable, the forever desired by everybody in the world photon tokens? Right here, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Hey, photon tokens! They are here on server 63. There are now 3 confirmed servers that have them. 3 confirmed. I have not checked 62. But we know for a fact that at least 3 have them. And that would be 51, 61, and 63 now. So, Omar, there's not a cooldown for me, but that doesn't mean if they do push it to all of the servers, I'll be very surprised if it doesn't have a cooldown. Very surprised. Andrew says, I do know someone that's holding onto their weekly, monthly reward tokens and hope that Photon gets introduced. And I said, that's great. I understand that logic. I really would be surprised. I'm not trying to be like negative Nancy here. I'd be really surprised if they just let you turn in like 300 of them bad boys. I'd be close to shocked. So, really not trying to be Captain Negative over here. Just, that would go against how they have set up so many things for like the forever past. So, Kevin says, DJ said he knows what 4 servers are merging next really soon. He said he was surprised what 4 they are. Are you aware of 4? I am aware of 2 of them. I don't know the other 2. I bet he knows the same US servers I know, because the US servers managed to leak out all their information all the time. I did manage to get them before he did last time. So it's only fair that he gets it before I do this time. And I'm assuming he didn't say what they were, so I'm not going to say them either. But he beat me to the punch on this one if he knows all the ones that are getting merged here this month. So shout out to him for winning. Zoomer says all of your currently loyalty tokens will be unusable if a timer is added. Yep. I mean, Craig says it is us. Well, I know what server that is. But we'll see. Rum says, I'm that girl that sits down to play Star Trek Fleet Command and pass out for being tired only to wake up to Rev's live stream. Guten Tag, wie geht's? If you fell asleep and then passed out, I'm going to say that you're in Europe and you just woke up in the middle of the night. Or you're an American who gets really tired really early. So, 2Q says, hope the mergers with 51. Nah, 51 is not even a year old. I would be beyond shocked if that got a merge. It's not even a year old. Like, for example, Craig, who's on server 30, that server launched when the game did November 2018. So, that makes more sense. Now, I'm not saying it can't be 51. I would just be like, shocked. Oh, Rum's an American. How you doing? Shout out Joey Tribbiani. Let's see. Can I beat this? I cannot. Drew says I heard server 40. Oh, man. Rumors galore. I love rumor season. It's so fun. It's so fun. Zoomer says, please not server 34. I'll be honest, man. I like and dislike server merges. I think the events that they've created are pretty lame. I don't think that there's a lot of, fun or even thought that really kind of went into the merger process. It just kind of happens how it happens. Whoever's the most active ends up being the hometown. But I don't know. I hope they change that up and add more. I really do. Trevor says hopefully 16 gets merged. Why do you want 16 to get merged? Why do you want 16 to get merged? Just leave 20 alone. We're good. We don't need anybody else to come and antagonize us. We got enough going on. We don't need any. We got plenty of actors. Johnny says, do you think the Brothers event is leading us to getting a lore character could tie into the Borg? Interesting thought there, Johnny. I think, one, I want to get everybody's opinion on today's Prime Directive event. Now, I haven't chosen which is my side yet. I actually need to do that. I'm probably going to choose the frame. I'll choose the frame one so I can be destroying hostile. Can I even reach some of these systems? I think I could reach Imgra, if I remember where that's at. So we're going to click that one. And I'm going to go see where Imgra's at. But I want to know what y'all's thought of. This was the conversation I had with the dev today, was about that event and about the proponent of providing choice and if whether that was a positive or negative, if people would like that event. For me, I think the only negative people might say would be the fact that it came on Swarm Sunday with all the stuff that is currently ongoing. But at the same time, I really like the idea of choice. I like that it was just a random optional side piece, good rewards, and even a little avatar / frame choice, which I know not everybody cares, but you do need to keep in mind that some people care. So I was pretty happy with it. I thought it was good. I gave good feedback on it. And what I'll do is I'll try to gather some more after this stream and try to pass that on as well. But I was really happy with the Prime Directive. Even here at level 10, I mean, the rewards are pretty dope. One, I'm getting a frame at level 10, which makes me feel really cool. But if you get level 10, 18,000 is the top reward. That's a lot of dilithium with 15 uncommon. So that was a good payout. And I can pull up, if y'all want, I can pull up the reward for my level 39, but I was really happy with it. And shout out Server 31 and Spiff. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Drew, yeah, a new server with new TNG stuff. Yeah, I started another one. I did. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm a glutton for punishment. A little bit of a masochist when it comes to Star Trek Fleet Command, but that's okay. That makes it okay. Ooh. Oh, man. I just got a sketch for one of the new cards that's coming out. Oh, man. Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait. I actually might make that one a holographic card. Woo, that looks nice. Oh, yes. Oh, I can't wait to show y'all. I'm excited about this trading card game we're putting together, y'all. I'm telling you. Sean says you need to link your PayPal link. Someone just asked. Oh, there's actually a command for that. Just do ! PayPal, and it'll come up. Thank you. I appreciate anybody who wants to donate to PayPal. We certainly could use it, especially with us having so many projects underway, including trying to get a house. Brian says you're going to share. I'm not going to share the sketch because we have a specific Discord for this, and we'll start getting people in that Discord. But I do have the current card up that is about 80% done. Still more shading and more things for the character in the top right, but I love how vibrant the colors are. And then we'll get those test prints run, and that one's going to be a holographic. I think it's going to look amazing, but I'm really excited. Really excited. Craig says, I got 1 billion in steel and 400 million in dilithium today. And Craig, you're what level? 42? 42 or 43? All right, so SM kind of, I don't want to repeat what they said because I feel like that would be like an indictment to make it even easier. But basically, SM said that they killed a very low amount of hostiles to get a lot of rewards. But I think that's how it should be. That's how it should be. All right, we're going to focus on the hostiles and not that for now because I want to complete this event. We'll kill this over here. Rewarded 36 was good. Nice, Jason. Nice. Omar says, I'm also working on getting a house. Congratulations. Yeah. It says 2-bedroom apartment is too small for 5. I'm in a very small house. I mean, it is a house, but it's very small. 1 bath with 4. So I understand your pain. And I am hopefully well, I don't know why I said hopefully, but looking forward to you getting your own home as well as me. So congratulations on when you do get one, because we're going to believe it's happening very soon. We're going to believe together. Let's see. Sean says hunt for factions, Rev. Best one, I think. So you got to remember that I'm the level 10 here, so I can't even get there yet, Sean. I'd have to get my Fendra out in max, but I'm probably going to focus on the Tala, not the Fendra. So I will build the Fendra and probably replace the Orion Corvette immediately. But you got to keep in mind that I can't even reach there yet. Drew says, when you buy a home, always look at the tax credits from your state housing authority and down payment assistance. Yeah, that's all still above my head, my friend. I'm not ready for all that knowledge. I'm not ready for it. I needs it, but I don't know how to consume it. Omar says, I'm still keeping my word on my donation, but it's going to be a couple months. Omar, I feel you, buddy. Look, I'm not pressuring anybody. Y'all donate when you can. It's all greatly appreciated. Obviously, I may or may not eat because you're not donating. I'm just kidding. But it is greatly appreciated. Thank you for supporting the channel. And y'all, invite more people in the stream. This is like 140 people. We need to answer questions. We need to talk about mechanics. We need to teach people the game. I think DJ's show is still running, which is kind of long at the moment. But you know what? That's fine. And they are wonderful. I love that show. I just wish I could sit through 3 hours sometimes. I mean, it's just a long show. But it's an awesome show. It's just long. It is long. It's like Howard Stern, but for Star Trek. The character auction. What about it, Drew? Are you asking which one to go for? Like Data versus LaForge, which is the main one that's been going on right now, which I actually don't have on this account. I have to bring up the other account to see it. But is that what you're asking? Which one? I like both officers. I think they have some unique qualities to themselves. I probably like LaForge a little bit more, but Data is more of a favorite character. So that's kind of a tough one for me. So I think both have good abilities. If you have noticed I don't want to call it a theme, but if you have noticed lately that a lot of officers are getting more like pinpoint focuses, like this one only works versus Armada and Klingons, for example, like LaForge. I think you're going to see a lot more officers being that way instead of more universal stuff. And I think that's good because we already have so many officers. Dusty says LaForge has a drawback. Sure. But I like the pinpoint strategy here where you're going to have to be, like, you can be caught in a snare, if you will, if you have the wrong officer loadout at a certain given time. I like that concept. I like that there is potential challenges to using this loadout or the other. So Kevin says, so big question, is it worth it to start on another server? Running my one account already feels like a full-time job, but I started months after everyone. Kevin, that's kind of up to you. I'll be honest. Even though I love my Enterprise, I love the ISS, I truly probably enjoy the 20s the most. Of all my playthroughs, I enjoy. And I don't really get hung up on the restart process. Now, I'm never going to get rid of my main account because it's my main. But there are times where I'll just put up a 3-day shield and focus on other things that are going on. It moves at a much quicker pace down in the 10s and 20s. So you keep in mind that, like, I really preach the philosophy of not doing a ridiculous amount every day. Like, I don't want it to be a job. I want it to stay a fun activity for you. Well, when it stays a fun activity means I'm not spending all day. I'm focusing on friends and stuff like that. And sometimes that means not finishing your dailies or not getting all the events done. And I really try to push it. That's okay. It really is completely okay for that to be the case. So, all right. Thomas just gave a shout out. Says, wanted to ask your opinion on LaForge and Data. If I had to go hard on an auction, should I hold for Data or LaForge? So tell you what, we'll pull up the officers here in the menu and we'll talk about their abilities individually. How about that? Would that be easier? So we'll sort by group and scrolly, we scroll. So here's LaForge, who is an epic officer. Now, Captain's ability is Field Strip a Fusion Reactor, which I love the naming and the ability naming they went through. Increases rewards dropped by defeated Armada targets by 50%. So that is like the 5 of 10 type thing. And here's Mind's Eye. Increases weapons damage against Klingon hostiles and Armadas by 100%. Now, a curious thing for me that needs to be tested, is that a stack thing? Because Armadas are one thing and Klingons are another. A Klingon Armada is both. So is it one or the other? Is it both? That is something I really want to test with Geordi LaForge. If he works versus both, man, talk about pinpoint loading out versus Klingon armadas. That could be super, super deadly. But I'm very curious how that is going to play out. But either way, I like the abilities, both. And then here's Data. The Parasitana Precision, when fighting hostiles and armadas, increases critical chance by 17%. Now, obviously, this is going to go much higher when you have a synergy bonus. Now, it's not going to be ridiculously higher, but if you think about it, most armadas don't last 10, 20 rounds unless you're going against super big ones. So the Kirk aspect isn't as useful. So for this, I actually really think this has potential to be really useful. Now, with full synergy, let's see. Let me pull up Officer Data. I have to pull it up for you so I can tell you exactly. So maximum synergy is plus 8%, so 25% critical hit chance. That's pretty good if you ran full synergy. Now, the secondary ability is effort yields its own rewards when fighting non-players, including mission hostiles, which I love this specifics here, because most times we tell you to load out versus gold bosses, we tell you to not use PvP loadout. I mean, not use hostile loadouts, use PvP. So this one is for PvP hostile, so golds and reds, increases your mitigation numbers, essentially. Now, this is a low number at 60% to start with, but goes up to 300%, which is kind of like having Zao. I like that. I like it a lot. Well, like a reverse Zao, that is. But how hard is it going to be to max him for that to be worth it? So I think LaForge has more immediate use, but I love Data. Like, I want Data just because he's Data. So I'm kind of torn. Andrew says, keep up the good work. Also like that they finally added search by name. Shout out for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Anybody wants to donate, y'all can hop into the PayPal. Remember, YouTube takes 30%. PayPal does not. So either way, though, we appreciate it. Drew says, I wonder how Data auction will go, domination style. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to lie to you. But I would hope domination style. But I've been saving up my uncommons for other stuff. Oh, hi there. Says, shout out from us noobs on server 56. Thanks for keeping Scopely in line and us entertained. Well, we're working on the former. We can generally guarantee the latter. We can at least try anyway. So, we're working on the former, though. Oh, man. Hey, Rev, what's a good D4 PvP crew if you don't have Lorca, a general PvP crew? Depends on what you're fighting. I know you just asked for general, but general don't exist. But Gorkon, Captain Tilly, if you have her, and then you can run a lot of different things on the side. I would probably throw Khan in there. Lorca is definitely the preferred with Killy, but if you ran Gorkon, Tilly, Khan, that's a pretty good just overall loadout for the D4. Now, if you want to get specific, you want to do something like Marcus Merritt Krell versus Enterprise. You want to run like Yuki and Sharvanik, and then say, who would I run after that? Depending on who you have, maybe throw Khan in there for running against the Augurs, things like that. Keep that in mind. DJ says it's domination for Data. Awesome, Zoomer. Sweet. So I wasn't 100%, so I'm glad that you confirmed that. If DJ said it, I believe it. I believe it. Rarely do we get told things that aren't true. It happens, but generally it ain't that it's not true, it's that they change their mind. That's happened to me, so I try to just, give a wide berth. Could be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. It happens. Two more says, does it increase it for everyone, though? It says dropped. That tomb is not something I'm sure on. I would have to test it. So a lot of the things with me and officers is I have to get them in my hands or have people that already have them send me logs so I can test the data. And I've not gotten to test that on Data or LaForge yet. So I'm basically just running by what I see. Drew says that Worf will be a rare. I do think that Worf, when it comes to the next generation, should be a rare card. His epic card should be in Deep Space Nine. Should be in Deep Space Nine. But I'll be very upset if they do something disrespectful and just make him like an uncommon. But we'll see. They might not even do Worf. They might do Tasha Yar. That way that Worf can be just DS9. What else we got? Questions, comments, thoughts, privileges, anything you got, send it in now. What are you waiting for? Send it in now.
Now. Sorry, I've just got to get excited. I do think domination style is the best in terms of allowing everybody to save up for and participate, but we'll see. Also, bear in mind that I can cheat, so I actually don't get to participate in domination ones because I still got 980 million ship experience. So I'll try not to participate in those because that's not fair. That's not fair. Scopely's little snafu does not need to result in me being able to win in events. Omar says, haven't thought about Tashiar. Officer ability, death by tar pit. Disrespectful. It's called the Skin of Evil. This is actually what it was called in the show, but yes, similar idea. Next up, some from Uriah. Below deck Saladin, best focus, also for a low-level enterprise. So attack and attack. So it'd be attack, then health for both of them. Attack, then health for both of them. Professor says, I want data, but I can never win domination. It's definitely going to vary by server. So different servers have different types of brackets and players. And one thing for me, and we had this conversation, not just me, but DJ, I'm pretty sure Harley did. You know, I know Ripper probably mentioned it because Ripper is always in contact with them about the brackets, you know, and I had a good conversation with them about how the level brackets were like by 2s and then by 4s in the 40s and how everybody loved that. And I'm really pushing for that to come back. I had a great conversation with the devs last week about it, and great conversations. I know it sounds like I'm hyping it up. That does not mean a change is coming, but they were very receptive to the possibility. So hopefully in the future we get back to those condensed brackets. I think that you're going to see another like 10 levels bracket, so it's going to make it really hard for me to do anything. Really hard. Someone says, to say you saying something isn't fair, I said, what? I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, Andrew says, recently had the War Supremacy event. Wants me to hit level 40 plus, but all I can find is veterans that I can't kill. Any hints, or shall I skip it till I can? I'm trying to think of non-veterans. Yeah, I mean, it's probably only going to be vets for you to hit, so you just have to skip that one for a while, Andrew. Drew says, DJ did drop Lorca coming back. Sweet. If you watched, that was one of my questions from the dev Q&A from like 3 days ago. There's a reason I asked that question. But they have been working on that process for getting new officers in or old officers in rotations. So really interested to see how not only they do Lorca, but how they do a lot of others there. But yeah, that's why I threw in that Lorca one in the Q&A, because that was not in the not in my Discord in the feedback. And the main reason I asked, I'll be honest, I asked out of selfish. What's with me and not saying words tonight? I asked out of selfish reasons because I really want Lorca. Like, I need Lorca bad. So I need Lorca bad. Man. Jay says, any guidance on how much to upgrade officers that have a low upgrade value in the officer tool? Yeah, I think we actually include how the number system works, but essentially 5s were don't bother upgrading at all unless you just have nothing to upgrade. 4s were upgrade during domination. 3s were spend faction credits if you have them. 2s were priorities, and 1 was spend everything. Badges, credits, they were the top players in the game. I think that was the system we devised, but I'm not looking at it right now. Thomas brags that they have a tier 2 Lorca. Shut up, Thomas. Screw you. Never talk on my channel again. I'm just kidding. But seriously, don't rub it in my face that you're better than me. Okay? That's not fair. Philip says, what server did you say has photon tokens? 51, 61, and 63 for sure. And I'm on 63 right now. That's the one that you see in the background. That's the one you see in the background. And by the way, Thomas, please know that I am totally joking, so don't take anything I say seriously. I was kidding around. I want to give a shout out real quick to Ronald, who just did a PayPal donation. We'll have to add that to our donation list. Thank you, sir. Very, very kind of you. Came in a random amount, so I'm going to assume you're from Canada or the EU, which makes the fact that you're supporting the channel even that much more awesome. So I appreciate it, because you're probably up at a really wild and crazy hour. That's just really awesome of you. Now, it's going to bug some of our OCD followers, because the amount on the house fund is about to be a random freaking number. But they'll just have to deal with it, I guess. Moo ha ha ha. Weird
I had somebody post. What was it? Like 3 days ago on Facebook when I made one of the videos. Like, this guy's annoying. I'm like, well, maybe my style just isn't for you. Maybe it's not. Let's see. Robert says, what does a photon token look like? Here, I'll put it up in the background as I am trying to enter in this donation that just came in. Wrong button. So the photon token is right there. Now y'all can stare at it for 30 seconds while I try to do this donation. Because we appreciate all the donations. Oh, hey, yeah. Everything puts crackers in my child's mouth. I really do feel like I'm an idiot. Like, I hope I'm an entertaining idiot, but I'm an idiot. All right, so this is such a crazy number. I'm going to put it in. Shout out to Mr. Ronald. Thank you so much. I'm going to spell your name correctly. How about that? Boom! Bingo, bango! Look at that. We got a random number. 689942. Awesome. Do. All right, let's get back out there, y'all. Let's get back to fighting. Come on. We're doing a little bit too much loving and talking. We need to get back to actually smacking some things around and doing some fun things. What's the cap for Spock on the Ent?
Level 1.
Honestly, tier 2 at the highest, man. People argue tier 3 mathematically. Don't even need it on tier 3. Just level up your tier 3 to level 15 and you're fine. But, I mean, max tier 2. Max. Would Lorca be good to use on an Enterprise? Only if you were running something like Kirk Lorca Khan, then yes. If you're running that, then it would be good. We completed an event. Oh, yeah. Bill says Sunday we'll get one, but probably will win the lottery first. Never know. Hey, No One Shout. Good to see you, buddy. Nice little eggplant you're sharing there. No One, if you want to do a quick voice chat, you're more than welcome to hop in on the show with me. We keep the voice comms in the Discord off until we get about an hour and a half into the Sunday night streams. Then we get everybody in on the voice. But No One, if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome. Joe says, so in your new officer useful tool, would you be including officers to level for the new shuttle missions? No, not at the moment. We will be doing something for the away missions, but I don't feel like this changes the upgrade priority for anything. I don't think it affects that at all. All right, No One Shout. Don't sound so excited about it. Here, let's give you a call. We're calling No One Shout on his personal cell phone. Actually, we're not. We're calling him on Discord. But he's not answering. What a lame-o.
I dropped something.
You dropped? What did you drop?
An iPhone XR.
Well, don't do that. Because then you can't play Pokemon Snap.
I don't play Snap. That's on the Switch, I thought.
It is on the Switch. I'm just messing with you. What ship will Beverly be good on? Which Beverly? Are you talking about Rare Beverly or Uncommon Beverly? For those that don't remember, Uncommon Beverly is literally just
a cadet.
Well, a specific cadet. You remember which one she is?
Bones.
Good job. She is Bones.
McCoy.
Yeah, Bones isn't a cadet, but you're right. Still. Anyway,
yeah,
captain's ability. When fighting hostiles and armadas, restores shield health equal to 200% of the health of all officers each round, which is basically Spock. And then the secondary is Unshakable Morale Code. When fighting hostiles and armadas, increases armor, shield deflection, and dodge by 150% of the defense of all officers on the ship. So No One, what do you think?
I gotta look at it again. I was texting. So honestly, Beverly to me just seems like a pure Armada officer for one. Hostiles and Armadas. It's interesting because you're thinking about it. Could she be used as a hostile killer? Because you're looking at her thinking when fighting hostiles and Armadas, Beverly Crusher restores shields by 200%. It's interesting. I wonder if she'd work well with. No, never mind. That wouldn't work.
Well, the first part, like, so I'm not going. I don't think hostiles. Simply because shield health when fighting hostiles doesn't really matter because your shields never really go down. No, but her
secondary though.
Her secondary, yes. So I mean, as an officer, maybe
she might make a good like Pike Moreau and her, and then you use it. I want to say deflection and dodge would be anti-interceptor if I'm right, or is that battleship?
Well, it's doing all three, so it's doing an overall
Yeah, so-
mitigation growth.
It's a whole nother mitigation.
So basically, what she reminds me of is Moreau.
Yes.
Moreau works in a similar way, but she's working in a far stronger way than Moreau. The only thing I'm curious about is at the end of the day, because she maxes out at 350%. One, that's not a terrible high percentage. If you remember when we talk about the Trinity, Marcus, Charvinick, and Kang, that 1,600% is what makes that so ridiculously good. I don't honestly know how good she's going to be. Maybe we could build the key to the officer. I mean, the key to the hostile builds though is that we still don't have Chen and Talon. That's the key.
Yeah, another version of them.
It's not that
But
we're missing mitigation. We're missing the damage reduction.
I'm thinking Data's gonna be something for a good hostile hunting crew.
I think Data's okay. LaForge is my favorite of the three. Data's the one that I want the most just because I love Data from the series. But LaForge
but I think
is the one I like the most.
Officer ability is good though. His officer ability is
Yeah.
interesting. He's an anti-explorer, so
Well,
technically
see-
you could do a Pike Moreau and him on a auger or something or a battleship, and it might turn out pretty decently.
My favorite of his is probably the critical chance. I really like that idea because I don't feel like the secondary is enough. It's too low of a percentage for me. It's too low of a
And
percentage.
Jordy, he.
And see, I love him.
I would say
My
no,
se-
because we needed a second hostile or Klingon anti-Klingon officer PvP, and they basically locked him down to only.
Okay.
hostiles and
Yes.
armadas.
But my question was, and I posed this before you came on, will it be a double whammy? Because it says it works against armadas and Klingon hostiles. Armadas count as both Klingon and hostile. Will it be double? Like, will it double itself or will it just use one? If it doubles and they don't realize it and it's like some weird broken thing that just came in the game, that's amazing. If it's just a standard 100 and then it grows, I'm not as excited. But if it doubles versus Klingon armadas, that's a game changer, especially for lower level players in the 20s who are picking that up.
They're interesting, and then we don't know what's like they're planning on the next set of arcs. Like, who are they bringing in? Well, hopefully,
Well, we know Picard's coming,
Picard.
but
yeah,
Picard,
Picard, Riker.
Here's the thing about Picard. Picard is the coup de grace. I mean, he is the piece de resistance.
Creme de la creme.
He's coming the last arc. The only thing
yeah.
that might change that is that the Enterprise D is the final piece of this four-parter? Question mark.
I'm starting to think that the Enterprise D is going to be an Armada ship. Or a skin.
That's a very then that's another question. Is it a skin or is it a ship? Ooh.
Either way, it's going to be one of those ones you're thinking like, is it going to be anti-Armada because you look at, or anti-hostile if you look at the officers that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of a theme already.
Yeah. And I'm fine with that because I like getting more specific builds. You know, we're at 131 officers now. By the time this arc ends, we'll be around 135.
And
we
they broke
need
your
things to be
theory.
specific. Huh?
They broke your theory about how officers come out where it's supposed to be one epic and two rares or whatever it was.
Technically, they haven't broke the theory. They didn't break it. They actually have still been doing it. The only difference is they replaced the cadets for early gameplay. That's it. So that's kind of a
that
cheater.
was an interesting maneuver.
I love it. No, I love it. That's the whole reason I made this
'cause
new
it-
account.
It suckers people in to play the game because they see the Star Trek they grew up with.
Yeah,
That
I
mid
love it.
25 to 35 age group.
It's why I had a video today saying now's the best time to play the game if you never have before. Because if no other reason, you're getting the next generation, and that's great.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and they're even making.
Wesley.
Shut up. See what I did
Shut
there?
up, Wesley.
But I mean, even if you look at the events, I love that today was a great day for events. I got to talk to Ops about today's. I talked to him about I just hit him up like, yo, Prime Directive. I love it. And all the feedback I've gotten on it so far has been hugely positive. And here's why it's surprising. Because normally on heavy days like Sunday, people complain when there's more. But the rewards were so good, it was worth every bit of effort you had to put into it. And you
Dude, I almost like 350 dill just today alone on that.
You got uncommon. And honestly, I actually loved, I know this is going to be blasphemy for a lot of people. I loved the avatar I got. And
Go back on your screen. Look at
Sure.
the image. What does that look like on it?
You mean the rare ticket?
Yeah, and where was the rare ticket at?
Oh, well. Good eye. Good eye. Just wait for
Like,
the
were they
epic tickets
offering
to
one,
come
or
up,
were
though.
they making it to a rare? I'm not a fan of rare tickets. I
No, me either. I mean, and we all agreed, even when I had the feedback and we put it to the devs, and that's why we had that dev Q&A video I did, like a few days ago, getting to talk to them. They agree that did not roll out as they wanted it to, which to me that was such a common sense. Like, this is awful. This is awful. But
I told them they should be giving one free rare ticket a week away. It's not gonna hurt their bottom line.
I think that's
Just
a fair
entice it.
feedback.
Yeah, and it's just like you give one normal ticket away, give a rare.
Well, my question is, if the feedback was so negative, which it was, what are they going to do for the next level of tickets? Because and I know there was another level. So what are they going to do now?
There's always another level. And I said they should have just did like that exchange rate was completely horrendous. It was horrendous. It should have been 2-1.
Yeah.
So 20 for 1.
Yeah, that would have aligned up with the zeros in there too, because the rewards were only double what the uncommon rewards were.
Yeah,
and then
4
times
makes
the
more
cost.
sense.
Yeah. Here's you one I like. Ken says, Rev, greetings from Sweden. Horgy, dorgy, borgy, corgi. That was terrible. Finally, the real trek is here. I have over 72,000 Epic Recruit tokens saved up, and I'm level 31. Do I keep saving or spend it?
Wait for an event.
But and I said this, we haven't had one of those in forever.
Just in case, I would keep holding.
Oh no, I'm doing it too. I'm at like 75,000. I'm the same way. I keep doing only premiums
from whatever event that was.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm low. Like, what do I have right now? I have 24K again.
Yeah, so I keep saving, but at the same time, it's so tempting. If they put the TNG officers in, they're gone. All of them gone. All of them. It doesn't matter if the next week they literally say, if you spend 10,000, you get Lorca guaranteed. I'm like, whoops, too bad. I got Riker level 1. It doesn't matter.
I made a suggestion that they should have separated each pack. Like the Borg had their own pack. What is it called? Discovery had their own. Yada yada had their own, and you would get a choice using your ultra recruits on one currency of them. They all require the same. Yeah, it would make more sense. So you're not diluting the pool by keep adding and adding and adding them to it.
I like that. I like that idea.
It worked out way better.
For all those looking in the background, I'm currently logging into my main account. If you're wondering why we just went from MGRUT level 10 to now the Enterprise D and logging in, it's because I get tired looking at officers that I haven't unlocked yet, so I'd rather pull it up in the rail menu.
Guess what tier my Katinga is?
4.
5.
Nice. I've been saving. I have got 3 ships, almost 24 researches, and 4 buildings saved for an uncommon event when I find one I like.
So I feel like a whale now.
Yeah, me too.
Go check my picture out. Just go look at the top left.
Okay.
I sent you.
Oh, look at you with your little progenitor and your 1 million latinum.
I feel like a whale now with that.
How much did you spend to get up to 1 million?
Well, the Shuttle Bay pack gave you 130K. Each one for me. And then that's 2 of those. I bought, I think, 3 Explorer packs.
This whale over here, y'all. I'm sorry to bring such a terrible whale. Congratulations, Spartan, on getting 5 of 10 to tier 2. That is fantastic.
Yay.
That is fantastic. Thomas says, I have 310,000 ultra rare saved and 220,000 rare Armada pool credits. Now, the rare Armadas is not that impressive to me because a lot of people have that. A lot of people have that. But I do think that's a pretty nice accomplishment. He has just got a load ready to drop. All right, I got to start doing some of these.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Like I'm kind of happy with away teams.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda. I just wish we had more speed ups.
I'm very happy with it. I think the only complaint most people can really come up with is they feel like it takes too long to get anything. But it's all perspective. Like I unlocked that on my new account at level 8. And if you thought about it, if you start the game right now, away missions is like one of the greatest things in the world. If you get it in the 30s and 40s, you feel like you're playing so much catch up. It's terrible. It's truly a great mechanic. Well, see, I think it's a great mechanic. It's just meant to be something that takes months and months and months to be an additive thing. It's not supposed to get you something in a week or 2 weeks. And
No.
I think that's the biggest complaint that I really, hear a lot. And like I say, that's a legitimate complaint. I'm not dismissing somebody's complaint, but at the same time, I think that we are taking something and trying to turn it into what it's not. I mean, this was always meant to be something that is a very long-term, long game plan type of addition. And to me, that's exactly what it has been. So now I will say there's some that are terrible. Like I'm doing one right now. It's only 4 hours, but I'm getting 40 Klingon credits and 500 Klingon rep and 300 service rewards. And I'm having to use 2 rares and an epic officer to get it. I think that's pretty stupid.
I want this at 9% rate of success. I feel I'm going to fail it.
See, I've only failed one so far. I've only failed one. So now I wash my mouth out with soap. All the next ones I've got are about to fail.
I failed a lot.
But I've been pretty good. Now, granted, I actually cleared out, and I'll make a video about strategies for this, but normally my miners and stuff would have officers below deck, right? Mm-hmm. So I have 2 docks now that have no below deck officers anymore because I've devoted all those to away missions, all of them. So I have no below decks on several ships now. And that's, but keep in mind, like, what are those miners going to do? Is that really helping those miners? The only thing that hurts me now is I can't get ready to go and load out with a ton of PvP ships at any given time. I'm limited to 3 PvP ships max. So pros and cons to everything, I guess.
So that whole merger was fun.
Oh, your merger?
Oh, yeah.
You enjoying it? Now, somebody from server 18, well, your server, came on earlier saying that the server war that's currently ongoing is definitely in favor of 18. What do you think?
Well, what happened was we have a coalition of all server 18 alliances.
Yeah, which is predictable.
And we flooded every TC system, and basically we got a good mass of the TCs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not happy about it, the way that we're using our strategy to our advantage to flood systems and basically hold them down.
So basically the strategies that I teach everybody, like 300 max in the system, Rialta bombing.
No, we're not maxing out intentionally. We're just, but we're putting all our ships in there to help defend.
Yeah.
And they're not happy about it. They tried to do a server war against us. That lasted about 18 hours.
I heard Tau had a really good preemptive strike from server 10.
Tau's pretty good.
I heard they had a great strike where they won one of y'all's first battles, but I haven't heard much since then.
If you want to see the map, I can send it to you.
Sure. I mean, I really have thought about doing like a news channel on like the different territory capture wars and some of the big drama that goes on, because I get to enjoy it from the outside. I'm not going to talk trash to anybody. I'm just kind of here giggling, going, ha, you blew each other's ships up. That sucks. It's easy to laugh from the outside.
Like normal.
Also, I hate the bribes because I haven't been saving up again.
Me either. There's a map I sent you.
Okay. James says, thanks for the idea of using Harrison in station defense. I enticed to level 28 with his Kumari to hit my level 21 station. Bones Ahura Harrison took off 27% of whole health in round 1. You are welcome, James. You are welcome. Let's see this map. So I know Tau.
You can see where Tau is on there.
So all the hands are going to be your people, right? Wow.
Yeah, so
Pax went and took 5. Pax. They've got 4 pieces. Look at that. 4 very important pieces.
Chaos, Nova. Most of the map is basically us.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Left side is VCF, which is going to be a Server 18 alliance. Top left is another 18. Top mid is Nova. Yeah, basically. And my team basically went for the same area we had before.
Tomb World says that these away missions were supposed to shut down timelines. Timeline must be really awful. So, yes, timelines is incredibly awful and boring to me. Also think that the away missions is really good. And I feel like people 6 months from now will talk about how amazing the away missions are.
The game keeps improving. More features, gets better.
I'll say this, and I put this in the dev Q&A that we had last week. The biggest note for me, and I'm not sure how much you've gotten into this because I've talked about a little while trying to skirt around the edge of it. A question I asked was, and maybe you'll understand why I phrased it this way, was away missions just a type of event in terms of how much uncommon we could get, or was it truly additive to what we're already getting every day? And the fact that they said it's an additive made it tremendously important for me. The fact that no matter what you get, whether it's a common crystal or you get a Tribune shard, it's additive. It has nothing to do with any of the events that you're getting or anything like that. That is a huge step in the right direction for me.
Yeah, I was talking about this kind of earlier at the point of somebody referred to a refinery. I'm like, yep, refinery hasn't been fixed for a long time, but they've kind of fixed it in other ways through events, ticketed events, rare ticketed events, event stores, etc., etc., etc. They gave us more options to get our uncommons, our materials, and such.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we're getting resources another way now, a way different way.
Yeah, so
Like
I'm happy with it.
yeah.
It's not perfect, and I'm not saying it is. Like, I'm not here to be the Scopely shill and tell you everything's great, rainbows, honeysuckles, and gumdrops, but it is still really good. So
It's gotten way better.
yeah, like I really can't emphasize. Like, I wish I even asked the devs for this. Like, please give me an APK that has the build from launch, so I can do a side-by-side comparison. Like, people would never play that game if they had the option between that and this what we have now. They'd never play it. It's awful. It was terrible. Terrible.
Terrible.
But we lose perspective because we're in this every day. I'm like, y'all have no idea how much better this game is. No idea.
People complain. I'm just like, oh my god, it used to be worse bugs out there.
And
way worse.
And let me be clear. I'm not saying that to say that you shouldn't complain or that things shouldn't be better. For sure. I'm just saying that we got to keep in perspective all these complaints that we have, like little things that they do that we ask for. I mean, the fact that Warp Stop became a thing, they could have just ignored that request and just never made Warp Stop. But they did.
Exactly.
I mean, so there's a lot of stuff,
multiple
man.
builders,
do you
multiple
remember
researchers?
Do you remember when the refinery button wasn't even a thing? You had to go into your base every single time to do a refinery pull. God, that was awful. Oh my god.
It was a pain.
That was one of the worst things about this game, to be honest. Omar says what's
need
terrible
more
is the cargo size of the Franklin A. No one can agree to that. It is pretty awful.
Yeah.
It is awful.
But I wish they had a Waves team button though up there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like shoved into the gap in between the text and the Latinum, like up there, like an extension of that little bar you have.
At the same time, I like where it's at now in terms of being with the missions and the dailies. I like that it's right there. In fact, I find myself sometimes going in, meaning to do other things, clicking that, and then backing out, forgetting to click on the dailies tab. So I've got to get used to that.
What about the ATA building?
Huh?
The way team building. What do you think about that? The way team building.
What about it?
What do you think about it?
I mean, it's a cool building, I guess.
No, I'm talking about the buffs you get from it.
Oh, so I haven't done any testing on this weapons damage bonus it's supposed to have. I've heard a lot of people saying they don't notice a difference. I'll have to actually run that and see. I haven't tried. As far as the cost efficiency, I don't think the building is terribly expensive. I have gotten mine into the 30s, I think, on my main. And the uncommon, once again, something else that requires uncommon. But I like the payouts.
Mine is.
What level is yours?
Yes.
You went up to. Oh, well, that's actually lower than I thought you were going to say.
I'm stuck.
The
actually, I can do something right now.
The uncommons?
Yep.
Yep.
I forgot about a pack. I'm upgrading it to 35 now. I hope it requires rares. I can fly through it.
Yeah, the uncommon grind. What does yours at 34 cost? Do you remember, just so we can tell everybody who's watching?
772-ish.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I thought it was still.
What is the TNG equivalent of the Cadet or Hura Kirk bones? There is not one. I think you're thinking about. You said Cadet or Hura Kirk bones. The Cadet hostile loadout is Cadet Uhura, Cadet McCoy, and then Chin Talon. And the answer to that would be TNG LaForge, TNG Crusher, and then Chin/Talon.
I'm going to say, now. Go look.
Oh, God. What'd you send me? Oh, wow. Your next one is 1,000 ore. Luckily, that's the one I have the most of because I didn't. Actually, I'm sorry. Crystal's the one I have the most of. I have very little ore.
I got a max auger, so I have nothing.
I just forgot that I had an auger for a solid 16 seconds. Yeah.
I don't have any crystal either. I've been working on my D4.
Now, see, I've got that because I've kept my D3 at like tier 5, waiting for another event that, like, basically, I'll tell you what, I'm be honest with you. Here's what I'm waiting for: a skin that I'm in love with, and I'm gonna just blow my load.
I thought you liked the jelly one.
I already got the jelly one.
Yeah.
But what I want and what I have wanted is that original series Constitution one for my Enterprise. So the non-damaged version. I really want that. I also
That'd be
want the
amazing.
D7 for my D5, my D4.
Oh, you mean the one I have? Yeah, that one I have.
Yeah, basically the
Enterprise
Bortus,
thing.
but the one from the original series. I
No, I'm
want
talking
that
the
skin.
Enterprise.
Yeah, I want that too. Now, I love having the ISS when it feels like I'm one of the few content creators that has it, like everybody else went for the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like it, and it works. I'll tell you this: in terms of value, the USS Constellation damage skin on the ISS Jelly is probably the most valuable skin for the regular ships.
Mm-hmm.
You can really
And then-
notice the up. I can kill another 2 or 3 hostiles even at tier 2 against some of the big stuff. So
It's just crazy. Like, I'm thinking these skins or something, and then now you have that crit projectile, which is even like something more interesting that I want to see
now
tested.
I haven't gotten that yet. So I think
I
it's
haven't
really
either.
cool though. Ooh,
I
Two
don't even
World
have the purple
says, I
projectile
have a
yet.
refinery question. How is it possible to get 3 rare from refinery if the options are 2, 4, or 8 rare? But who said the
He
options
means
are
the
2,
third
4?
option's 3.
I don't understand the question because who says that? I don't understand. Who says that 2, 4, and 8 rare are the only options for rares?
Maybe he's trying to think of if you get the prime.
I'm confused with the question. Keep in mind, I'm blonde and probably a little bit dyslexic. So,
A little bit.
especially if you've been hearing a lot of my streams and stuff lately, I just cannot get it together. You know what?
Welcome, my world.
Aardvark makes a great point, and I actually love this idea. We need a cargo raid skin for the Devore, a cargo skin that just adds like 1 million cargo to the Devore. That's a
Dude, that'd be
fantastic
amazing.
idea. It's a
Or
fantastic
the
idea.
BB.
No, the Botany Bay is an old hunking piece of junk. So maybe
I
not.
got
But the
my,
Devore, the Ferengi, that makes sense.
I got my cave ward up to 4.2 million with 2 of 10 and Ston.
Nice, nice. That's about where I can get mine. That's about where I can get mine. Right
I need to
under
do more
that.
of the research though.
I need to do the research. Oh, crap, man. I got to pay more attention to my screen. They're over here launching Eclipse Armadas that I need to be getting in.
I wish the Stella had a bigger cargo bay.
I wish the Stella had a lot of things, so I'd actually. KF says the Botany Bay is fast impulse. Yeah, it's that plutonium impulse drive it's got. State of the art. Where's it? Uranium.
Radioactive.
I always forget which one.
Radioactive.
Da-da-da-da-da. I've been in a really weird singing mood lately. By the way, No One Shall has announced that he's giving away 15 packs of Pokemon cards.
No. No, but I do have a giveaway coming up. I haven't slated yet.
I have one tomorrow. If y'all like the Star Trek trading card game, watch tomorrow. I've got a partnership with a website that sells them for 15% off. And if you know how expensive those things can be, that is a huge deal. And I'll be doing some giveaways of some cards here soon. So check it out.
I got some battle passes to give away.
Drew said, did you buy from Target? I did not.
No, you're only allowed to buy one at Target. I hated that.
Thomas
I
says,
went
can
to
anyone
Walgreens
tell me why
today.
Janeway never uses the personal ship under Voyager's hull? Thomas, because Voyager's the
Her yacht?
worst written Star Trek of all time. That's why.
Her yacht.
Yeah, her captain's yacht. But hey,
Yeah.
we can build the Delta Flyer. Oh, yeah.
Imagine have that in game. It's like another Rialta.
Gosh. It'd be stronger than the Rialto. They made the Delta Flyer like super overpowered for no reason. That thing would be taking on like Borg spheres and stuff. Be like, we've still got 50% shields. We can make it. Like, oh my God.
Well, because he kept hot rodding it.
That's so stupid. Every time somebody brings up Voyager, like you're just asking me for just share my disdain for that show. Can't believe what they did to the poor Borg.
I'm installing the app.
Shire. Next up on the question, Mike says Enterprise was worse. Not a chance. Enterprise was
I love
way better.
Enterprise.
Enterprise has some rough dips, but in terms of character development and story, Voyager was awful. No character development on some main characters, like literally none. And I'm not exaggerating. Harry Kim, no character development at all. Chakotay, no character development after like the first 6 episodes at all for a 7-season show. Oh,
I loved it.
It was awful.
Actually, I like Voyager.
I'll watch
because
all
the
of them
Clones
and
had
still
more
watch
Borg.
all of them. We'll gladly watch all of them. But KF says, yeah, but Voyager explored the Borg in a way that no other movie or show did. Sure, it did, and they did it in an awful way. Like they made the Borg these expendable, not strong at all, easy to outwit floating garbage pails. It was awful.
Put to the side, put stuff around it.
Let's see. What else?
Sorry.
I'm going to waste 50 Latinum because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you are. What?
Nice. Lonnie says, are we getting Locutus and Picard? Man.
That'd be interesting.
That
They
would
could revive
be
the Borg arc
very
through that.
Interesting. The only problem with reviving the Borg arc is they need to fix the entire set of Borg before they relaunch it. Like it just
For
needs to be
real.
wiped, redone, because the current infrastructure setup is terrible. Completely awful.
You're gonna break the box, Ezri. Sorry, my daughter keeps talking to me.
You know, I actually need your daughter's opinion on something.
Oh God.
Why do you make it sound like it's weird?
On God.
I don't even know how to take that. But the reason I'm
God.
asking is she's probably the only person her age I can think of, like off the top of my head, that I could get her opinion on the art style and the artwork of my trading card game because I know she likes seeing you do the Pokemon stuff.
She likes it, but I don't think she would care.
Well, I mean, not about necessarily care. I want opinions because that's part of the demographic I want to help target. So, Adriel says Quark rocks. Quark is amazing. Quark needs to be in this game yesterday.
All of it now.
Michael says, what if the Enterprise D is a skin that gives it a buff for Borg armadas? That would be the biggest waste and the biggest disappointment of this game since rare tickets. It really would be just an awful idea. If it was versus armadas, yes. But if you limit it to Borg armadas, oh gosh. And what's even worse is that wouldn't make sense because the Enterprise D wasn't good against the Borg. In fact, because it wasn't good, the new Enterprise, the E, was designed to fight the Borg because the D got his butt kicked every time it saw him. So,
But Voyager was able to kill the Borg.
Yeah. Once again, 4 million reasons why we hate Voyager. Michael says, have you met Scopely? Well, I've not met them in person, but I've talked to a lot of them. I mean, so is no one. So no one's closer to several of them than I am.
Yep.
Y'all should go out sometime.
Eh?
Like, see if they'll go out, but have a beer or something with you.
I know I've been driving past it the last few times.
Well, that's just creepy. So
No. Well, no, because my girlfriend lives in.
No one shall is a stalker.
That was really weird. We're into the weird part of the stream now. Welcome, everybody. If you got questions about the game, drop them down below. Heather says, hey, I finally made it. Grocery shopping sucks. Welcome, Miss Heather. Grocery shopping is one of those things that you hate doing, but you have to do in life. So I understand. What else do we have? Chris says, someone asked, will the monthly, weekly, daily credit rewards be fixed for level 40 plus? Now, there's a good no one shall question.
Eh?
The level 40 plus weekly and
no
monthly
idea.
dailies, the credits, will they be fixed?
No idea.
I can tell you this. I know that feedback has been heard, and it's been heard on the VIP server. So if anything's going to happen, it's because it got talked about on the VIP server. The bribes, do I get one of all? Do I get a few goldens? How does it work? Now, did you do your bribes today? No one shall?
I did one, yeah.
So you want to explain the bribe system to Ryanus here for us?
So basically, you mine your latinum, and then you do your bribes, and it goes toward the current event. Or you do messages.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm half distracted.
Yeah, that was extremely awful. Like, believe it or not, everybody, this guy's a content creator for Star Trek Fleet Command.
Oh, shut up.
But yeah, the mission or the event requires you to pay bribes. Now, you're not going to be able to do this unless you've been saving up. Short answer to it. But there's a server milestone. I would say that you want to mine enough to be able to do at least one, because you're not going to be able to qualify for the server milestone unless you actually do one bribe, if I remember right.
No.
Where is it? Oh, I still got to do anomalous phenomena? Dang
It's easy.
it.
Just teleport your ship a few times.
Is this week teleport or is it next week? Remember, it alternates.
This week's teleport. I think I just did that.
And up, ship summon is today. So,
It was always been summoned in there.
all right, sweet. Remember, it alternates generally between.
No, it doesn't. I've done the same thing every time it popped up.
Then they've added it to both because it used to alternate where some was a pure hostile and some was, I think. So the alternate was the fact that it lets you warp. Both of them let you summon, but only one lets you warp before. So the bribes, yeah, here it is. I need to go do a faction scout because to earn the bribe, now the Borg rewards are pretty awful in terms of the number, but yeah. You're right, medical doctor. I need to go find a scout, but that requires me to go looking for a scout. But you need to complete it if for no other reason than that. Either kill a scout or go and mine enough latinum to do a bribe. Yeah, Ron, my problem is there's so much going on and I'm doing videos and I'm doing streams. I forget half the time what I need to do. But thankfully, I've got a map that shows me where the scouts spawn. So I'm just going to go refer to that map real quick and start looking in systems.
Or just go to deep space.
That's way too much of a flight time for me.
Discovery.
Can't summon
Pull
yet.
the other ship over there.
Can't
Lame.
I'm at 9 out of 10. I don't get enough on I get screwed on my discovery pools every time. It's terrible. But that's why we got our scout system map. That was awesome. Do it again, Rev. Okay. That's why we got our scout system map.
Shut up, Rev.
Okay. Sorry. Omar says, not just kill a scout, get a message. Not all scouts drop messages. Well, that's why you go for scouts of a decent level. If you're not getting scouts with messages, it's probably because you're hitting on the little babies. You need to hit on the grown-ups. Don't be hitting on little babies like that. That's really rude. Higher levels have a better chance of dropping the messages, especially depending on your level. Let's go see if Sirius has one. Sirius XM Radio. Yep. Bam. Look at that Joker just sitting there. Crap. How long is it going to take to get there? 3 minutes? He's going to be gone probably, but I'm going to try. Go ISS Jelly. I choose you. Michael says, not including rare ticket events, what's your biggest gripe about the arc so far? Honestly, that's the only gripe I probably have. Thinking right off the top of my head is that. What about you, no one?
Rare ticket events.
Yeah, but besides that, do you have one? I mean, I realize that was egregiously awful, but do you have another?
Pretty decent besides the 40 to 50 bracket for data.
Brackets have been bad, so yeah, we can consider leaderboard brackets in there. How do you not have summoning? Jason, because I get terrible pulls when I refine, so I have not had enough parts. That's been my problem. I'm at 9 out of 10. As soon as I get that, then I can finally go get that stupid summoning. Bobby says, I'm level 30, and I kill level 30, 31 scouts. Very nice. Heather says he's getting scope lead. That makes a lot of sense, actually. They're doing it on purpose. Somebody just sent me a message. Oh, it's SVS. Hey, buddy, how you doing today? I'm sorry, everybody. I was going to put up with my recent mood of randomly belting bad music. What other questions do we have? Scott says, hey, where can I find the Refinery Excel spreadsheet to plop in my pools? That is in the Refinery Discord that we created. I don't have the link currently handy, but if you ask somebody in my Discord, they'll be able to direct you to it. Michael says, another question. I'm at level 31. Should I rush to get 34 for this arc? Good question. I would say I'd want to be 34 before
33.
the event store comes around.
Yeah, but 35 though technically, because well, if you go 35, you need to get Franklin up to kill the 35s too. That's the only difference.
Yeah, but if nothing else, you want to at least get there for some of the reward payouts, including the BPs. So
Yeah,
minimum 34, yeah. But keep in mind that that event store will be happening. So we're in May, June, July, August. So that should be August. That event store comes around, maybe July. Pretty sure it's August. So you got time. But you want to get there.
B square.
Yeah, what that guy said. All right, is my ISS Jelly there yet? Hurry up, ISS Jelly. Jeez.
What are you running on your Franklin 2.0?
PMT.
Do you know J?
Nope. You got to remember, I am
Okay.
basically FTP. I'm not like you dropping $400 when stuff comes out. Dang it. Did he already move to the next system? Did he? I think that Scout's already moved to the next system or somebody got it.
Thomas, event stores you drop at the last of each arc, usually.
Yeah, so at the end of each big arcs, like the original series, the Next Generation, there's a finale month, and that finale month will have the event store. And this one, I believe, is a 4-month arc. I am 90% sure. I'm not trying to lie about things. I could be wrong.
Probably a
but
3.
Pretty sure it's 4.
Probably a 3.
If no one says it's 3, that means it came directly from Scopely. But
Or I'm trolling.
that too. And no one does really hate to give out Scopely information. He doesn't like to hint or nothing.
Nope.
John says you also have to be in a higher level alliance. I got Jayla for free. Yeah, John, at the time I was in the Obsidian Order, which was rank 11. I recently went up to Feds, if that's rank 2. I got an offer to rank 1, but they didn't offer until I'd already joined Feds. So
PMJ though, that is a great combo.
I
for
would rather
Storm.
have PM Jayla, but
I had somebody argue. I don't see the point of that. I think Talon's better. I'm like, no, not even close.
yeah. Swarm research, by the way, Black Sea does work on the Franklin A, but only the attack stuff, like the piercing researches. So the efficiency
I want the
researches
speed.
for the modulators do not work.
I want the speed because the Franklin is slow.
Yeah, it is. Dang it! Now
But I
gotta go
do like
search
the
for it.
away team research though. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there.
All right, I'm looking at. Sorry, I'm looking at my scout sheet.
I thought somebody broke you.
No, I'm looking at my scout sheet. DJ said 4 months. Yep, I said I'm pretty confident it's 4. If it's not, great.
Remember, DJ likes to troll too.
I don't know. DJ's gotten way more into the give out the hints thing in the past few months. He's taken my shtick, which I don't really mind, but I think it's great that we're sharing little things like that. Do it more. Tell them all the trade secrets.
Oh, that's a broke 44. 43.
So, Rev, where is that special video for hitting 5K for the house fund? What do you mean special video, Miss Rebecca? I do need to make one for hitting 5K. I don't remember there being a special video. Ah, there's a scout. I knew it. I knew it. Now I gotta catch it. But yeah. Hey,
I'm in
Jonathan.
warp.
Or J.
I'm in
John
warp
Odinson.
170. Waiting
Very
for
nice.
scouts to pop up.
I'm waiting for you to hit warp 185 so you'll do a video about the beta sector.
I am. Well, I just got my Katinga to tier 5 with a 6 upgrade, and oh my god, it's getting worse since there's a part that costs 5 billion.
Yeah, I'm waiting
it.
for you to get up there though, just so you can go die to the Borg cube, just to see it, and die to it.
First contract creator up there.
You would be the first content creator there. Oh, Mike says, I did promise a special video for 5K. Sorry, y'all. It's been all over the place. Just so much going on. But we can do a video. I need to do one. Like I said, I've already gotten a lot of videos. Like, I did a video today unboxing Star Trek, the trading card game cards, because I've got a company who's willing to give some away for free. So I am doing that tomorrow while also streaming this tonight. I just spent all of it. But what I really need is somebody to help me with a schedule. If anybody out there wants to work for free and help me schedule my life better, that'd be great. That'd be great. Solo says, is there a difference in chest drops between regular transport and veteran transports?
Yes.
Are you talking about the ones in Soul? Because if so, yes, but they're also huge difference in kill ability too.
I'm thinking about bringing my Pokemon cards to my main on my channel instead of having that secondary.
Well, I told you to do that in the first place, but what do I know?
I know.
One day, no one will listen to Rev, but one day.
I say I want to dilute it. Ooh, a faction scout.
Well, thank you, Miss Heather. I didn't see
9
your...
million.
Oh, gosh. Please tell me mine's not. Okay, yeah, I've got a little easy 37.
Mine's 9 million.
Yeah. I just killed this little Saladin 37 faction scout with my ISS, and please drop a box. Oh, it dropped a box. Yeah!
Okay.
That's only in the morning.
How much did your box drop?
56.
434.
I mean, I'll take it, though. All I needed was to get this. I got two data shards. Yeah. Nice, Zowing. Just joined server 63. Good to have you. Welcome to the club. It's a super secret club of super sexy people. Yeah.
With proton tokens. And they keep adding servers with the proton tokens, but they won't help us get them.
Yeah, it does have photon tokens, which I love, obviously. So, KF says, rather, what's your opinion on the TNG officers being Armada related? I love it. I love officers being specifics. And if you think about the Next Generation, it was all about teamwork and doing things with the fleet. They weren't really the solo people. They were always about away missions. It was always group stuff. That was like their thing. I like the idea of having pinpoint officers. So
I do like the Prime Directive, and I do like the person who ran this arc. He watched so many Star Trek episodes. It's not even funny to get it down.
Yeah, I am very proud of them, and I hope they run more. I think that there's definitely some things they can change to make things better in terms of overall, but for the most part, so far, granted, we're only in week 2, I like overall what they've done.
There's small fixes, small tweaks, but I think they'll get through it.
The big
it's just like they don't have a template.
Was obviously the rare tickets.
Yeah, they don't have a template. I kept telling them they need a template for the arcs.
Yeah, and that's the problem is they forget what happened 3 months ago. And I'll talk to you about what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still, though, overall happy. Nathan says, sitting on 211 of the loyalty badges, losing hope. Wow, why are you sitting on so many loyalty badges? My goodness.
Wait, those are the ones you get from Discovery, right? The Discovery chest?
I mean,
I got
the loyalty badges are the daily rewards.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about the minor commendations.
Yeah. By the way, Rom, I warned you about those kissy faces. I'm gonna be hitting you up later. I warned you.
I was 7,000 of those minor commendations.
Nice.
I don't use them.
Omar says you said save them. Okay, here's what I've said. I do say save the tokens, but I've also said that I have no clue if when they produce or when they push photon tokens, they'll let you turn all those in. I've actually said I would be surprised if they didn't put a timer on there. I'd be very surprised if there's not a timer on photon tokens. It's a risk. It's a calculated risk. If they don't put a timer, you will be king in the castle. King in the castle. If they do put a timer, you'll feel like an idiot for holding on to those.
Rum Bun Bun. Interesting name.
So, interesting name. Yeah. Whew. Anyway.
Rev, look away.
Oh, that was a good belly laugh on that one. It was a good belly laugh. Zypho says, what map do you use to find scouts? Zypho, hit me up in my Discord, and I will ping you and show you, and we'll get the link to the Discord and the PayPal pulled up real quick so that y'all can help donate to the house fund, because me and no one are moving in together, and to do so, we need a house.
What?
So,
Wait, what? Don't use my name to get money.
hey, I did honest to God, tour a house that was a potential, go after. And one of the biggest selling points is it had about a 1,200 foot completely open with a small indoor balcony office.
Wow.
And I was just sitting here going, holy crap.
Yeah, but the lighting though, you have to worry about. You have to have
No. Yeah, I would
curtains
need
for
to do all that. But at the same time, I was like, oh my God. Like, oh
Soundproofing.
my God. It wouldn't matter, dude. It was like the little space I'm in now is barely 200 square feet. And I'm like in this little condensed corner. And this is still bigger than what I had before. So let's see. Reed says, screw you, Scopely, for reducing Discovery officer drops. I feel the love of inflation riding that market downsizing. Cool on the money tips that I'm too stupid to understand. And as far as the Discovery officer drops, the RNG fluctuates up and down any given week. So that's not a surprise. It's not
like the refinery.
Yep. It's intentional. Heather says I'm sitting on 102 for the Devore when I level up, playing chess, not checkers. And see, that's smart. If you're saving up for just hitting level 23, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Because then you can unlock that Devore and be ready to go. Somebody I was talking to the other day was bragging about having 2 of them free to play. I was like, that's awesome. Get you those free to play Devores. That's great. What else we got question-wise? Because I love answering questions. Shout out to the chef who sent a sticker that says, game over.
Game over, man.
Game over, man. It's over, dude. What goes on must come down. What?
Side piece.
Rum says, I've also had the name Conside Piece, Kitty Kitty Bang Bang, but apparently Scopely thought Kitty Kitty Bang Bang was too overtly sexual, but not Conside Piece. Well, I'm not going to comment because we're on Facebook. I'm sorry, we're on YouTube. We'll save that for the Twitch stream. And Chef, winky face to you too, baby. Hit me up on Discord more often. You don't talk to me enough, and that makes me sad.
He wants to give you chocolate balls. Salty chocolate balls.
Ken says, how can I see what max shards an officer take? I do my daily pulls in my augment store. So the easiest way is if you hop on Elcar's Discord and type in that officer, you can find it that way. But it is not something you can easily do in the game because it varies. For example, some epic officers require more to max than other epic officers. So there's not like a standard set. Now, like Nero and Kirk, they're the same, but then you compare it to like 5 of 10, she takes more. Reed says, I suppose, sir, but given the drops that have been the same for 4 weeks, I think they did some tweaking. Faction dailies are a good example of that. P.S. No one shall smells like a rosy lady. What does that even mean?
Okay.
Is that like some weird Canadian insult?
Sorry, Reed. I told him to lower your odds with the Discovery officers to make you angry. I like seeing it.
I'll have to send Reed a little bit of tidbit information I've learned that might explain why he gets so frustrated with some things. Sir Thomas, the refinery testing has not completed yet. It's only been 1 week. It's only been 1 week.
Is it your game lagging or is it the stream?
My stream shouldn't be lagging.
Well, one of them, because it's like it shows drop frames.
I'm sticking my tongue out now and it's working.
I'm watching the ship and I hope so. I can't make the comment I was thinking.
Dun, dun, dun. Remember that little squirrel they used to turn, like the dramatic squirrel?
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. That was great. We should recreate that. That's what we should do, no one. That's how we're going to get YouTube famous and TikTok famous. Me and you, we just recreate all the old memes from like 15 years ago on YouTube. Like I'll do remember the Star Wars kid? Oh, classic. I've even got the green screen set up. I just need to get like a broom pole and go at it.
You can recreate the angry kid with a remote.
I don't even remember that one.
Remember
the World of Warcraft kid?
Remote up his rear?
Oh, I don't know that one. Remember the World of Warcraft kid just getting angry and like destroying everything, yelling in German? Would definitely love to do that one. Miss Rebecca says, would you incorporate Data as captain for PvP, PvE, or Armada crews? Possibly, that last one. I really don't know how effective he's going to be in PvE. Probably would never do it in PvP because his abilities are PvP focused or Armada focused. Jeez, I keep tongue twisting myself there. But that initial ability to go critical is very interesting to me because a lot of the stuff that we run now is not like 20-round fights with Armadas. We're running like really short 5-round fights. So that little extra pop might be worth it, but we'll wait and see. Dusty says, I'm fixing to surprise a lot of my alliance because I'm Ops 29, everything done on research, and I have enough to go to 32. Go to 34.
Nice.
There's nothing at 32.
33. 33.
No, 34. There's nothing at 32 he needs. 34 gives him the Enterprise.
Enterprise.
And
F yeah.
the Franklin A. F yeah. Reed says, Leroy Jenkins. Leroy Jenkins. I'm going to do that for a video. That's a classic. That's a classic.
Whoever comes running on screen and just runs into the wall saying it.
So what I'll have to do is I'll have to record me running like an idiot, and then I'll have to record the audio right in front of the mic and then piece them together. But it'll have to be something like an event is so amazing, like I'm running through a pack to buy the Enterprise D. That'd be something crazy. But yeah.
Honestly, the Prime Directive was something else. I liked it.
The Prime Directive was amazing. It was so like I usually leave the devs alone on weekends because they have lives too. I had to message them today. It was like, yo, this is awesome.
But who's going to choose mining over killing PvE? Come on.
Well, look, I chose the frame simply because if you watch The Next Generation, Data with a poker card frame is an amazing combination. I know not everybody likes frames, but that is a freaking bomb TNG lore specific amazing combination.
I like the holodeck.
The holodeck's great, but in terms of like one of my favorite things about Data and some of the best little character development episodes they would do, him playing poker with the group was great. So I love that one.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting this arc they did hyping, a lot of hyping,
which is what I've asked for 2 years. Which shout out to Aries for that, by the way. He's finally doing that like a real community manager should. No shade thrown. I'm just saying community managers should do that.
No, he's great.
Yeah, I like a lot of what he's doing, and I'm really happy to getting to work with him. So
and then Spot in there was another good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was a really good one. And not just that. I mean, honestly, and I said this when this came out, I really like the detail that's gone into the events and even the missions. Some people haven't been super happy with the missions. I thought the storyline's been fine. But as far as the events and the different knowledge that went into like the little Easter eggs, like the little poker cards, that's a great little homage to The Next Generation. So I've been very happy with this arc, with the exception of the brackets for the leaderboards, which are the auctions, and then the rare tickets. So,
is there 130 of the story mission TNG mission keys in there?
They're still only showing, I think, half of them.
60. There's only 60 there.
I think it's 70, but you're missing
40 plus 20 is 60.
You're essentially missing half right now.
I'm guessing it's going to come through an event or something.
Correct. I believe they said that is coming. I don't remember where and who I talked to. I don't remember if it was Aries or what, or if I even just read it on the official Discord. But I'm pretty sure that's been addressed. I just don't
we have the
answer.
missions that require 40 and 70, which is 110 alone, and then we have that Worlds Apart bonus pack, which is another 20.
Shout out to a Screamer who said he wasn't going to hit me during the stream. I appreciate that. Screamer is one of my followers who's also a hardcore pirate who will hit any warship anywhere. And I saw his board. I was like, he's probably going to smack me right now in the middle of the stream. And he did not. So
no, he sat next to you.
He did. I just went and checked the message. So shout out to Screamer. You get a shout out. You get a shout out. Chef says click, like, and share.
Did you go live when DJ went live, or did he? No, or even live?
He's just running long, I think, because I go at 8 p.m. Central Time, which is 9 his time. He usually starts at 6:30, 7 his time. So normally he's done or getting done by the time I go, but sometimes they run late. So
I don't think he's running this one because he's not even in it.
He was in it before, so I think they've just kind of wound down and it's over now, but they're just hanging out. So Yeah, but DJ's good people. So
Yes. Works his bum off.
he does, man. Dude,
I tell him like he needs to slow down once in a while. Stop overdoing yourself.
well, I always talk to him, and look, I said this earlier in the stream. Now, I said it in a joking way for why he should give me more money than him, but he really does. Like, his day job, he'll be doing 10-hour days and then still come and put together stuff for the game. So, mad respect for what he does for the community, because he's not doing it as a full-time job like I am. And yeah, he does have Patreon and stuff, and people help out and buy merch, and that's great. You should buy it from him because he's putting in the work. But he's really doing it as a fan and a service to the community, which is awesome. So I feel like all games need those type of people. Thanks, Eddie. Say just finished about 20 minutes ago.
I'm just doing it for just to help. I didn't have a reason why to do it. I didn't have like a prerogative like, oh my god, I get free stuff. Nah, it's just like I'd rather help people because I have dyslexia, I have ADHD, I have all that jazz.
Yeah.
And I'd rather keep it simple.
Stupid.
Even some people might not like it. Like, oh my god, you don't look at the camera. You're not making a connection with your audience.
If you want a connection, go to Rev Deuce. Just go to Rev Deuce. I'll connect with all of you.
Oh my god, do you not smile?
You know what I mean.
It's like, really? Really?
Let's see what else we got here. Thomas wants to know, will there be a new ship in this arc? In one form or another?
So.
Yes. In one form or another.
I hope so. Even a refit would be nice.
Reading between the lines.
Well, if they don't bring an Enterprise D out in this arc, it's going to be dumb.
Well, they have spent, I'll say this. Look, and I'm not saying that I know, but I am saying that if we look at it logically, they have spent way too much money on marketing materials and the art department designing the ship from the bridge to the actual set, like the actual Enterprise D, multiple versions of it for it to not be in the game. They have put forth a lot of man hours into promoting the Enterprise D. And I'll say this. Name me the last starship that was a cover photo for the game that was not a ship you could use in the game.
Touche.
Just saying.
Touche.
Eddie says now that DJ did a 7-hour stream. That is awesome. I was actually streaming around the same time he was. I can't do that long. I just can't. We did about 2.5 hours of Jackbox Party and had a great time. I can't do 7
My voice goes hoarse.
Ooh, Miss Heather, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Miss Heather. I will check out your DM. I love it when the ladies shoot me a DM. Honestly, all of y'all are welcome to DM. If you are a cute little emo boy, shoot me a DM. If you are a cute little weeb girl, shoot me a DM. If you are no one shall, never talk to me again.
I'm your wife who shut up.
Oh, man. Zypho says, oh my, I need organizational skills. That's a big problem for me. Like, I feel I could do a lot more if I had better organizational skills, but
I probably could too.
It's a struggle for me. And honestly, it's a struggle because of my anxiety disorder and stuff and my ADD. I get all over the place. I'm not trying to use those as these weird excuses like, oh, you're just a millennial who cries about everything and wants free education. It really does affect my everyday life. Some days I'll get like 3 videos out, bang, super productive. Other days I'm just staring at these screens going, what am I doing with my life?
There's a lot to do in the game.
There is. I mean, yeah. Especially when you got as many accounts as I do. Like, I just got asked by one of my followers, so did you forget about Server 48? I'm like, nope. I don't have time to do a million things everywhere.
Gary, it's not time to abuse me.
Ooh, Rum says flexing those super easy dance moves. Oh, yeah. Let me bring out the pancake. Y'all remember this one? Basically, anything that has a basic 1-2 beat or even something that's on a quad step, I'll do. As soon as you move up to like 8 beats or anything, no, wallflowering it out. I'm good. You got this.
I'm just a wallflower. I can't dance.
I'll get in there and I'll go to the club with you and I'll do a little like bump and grind. Like 1, 2. I'm not doing anything crazy. Like y'all want to break y'all's legs and stuff. I'm 31 now. I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time.
Oh my god, Rev's 31.
Yeah, but I'll bust out.
Oh, you just reminded me. Dang it. I'll be 34 soon.
Yeah, I mean, I miss going to the club. I really do. But now with COVID and stuff, you can't be dancing. Like, how do you dance 6 feet apart? Like, how do I bump and grind on somebody 6 feet away?
Well, they just put the Band-Aid out if you're fully vaccinated. You don't have to.
Sir,
do any
in
of
my
that crud
state,
anymore.
we still have like 40% people who aren't vaccinated. So
Yeah, I got my
Nobody's
vaccination.
vaccinating
My daughter's
here.
going in. My daughter's going in Thursday for hers.
that's awesome. That makes you a really good parent. So I'm proud of you. But my state,
Well, I had
they
to
ain't
yell
doing
at her
all that.
mom.
Gary says, so no one showers here. Can we abuse him now? Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm timing. I'm putting a timeout for Gary then in chat.
Oh man, that's great. Y'all forget No One Shall is a moderator in the YouTube channel, so be very careful about whom you insult.
The power.
Rebecca says, I'm calling multi-screening and tasking. Does your SO play this game? Nope. And I'm waiting to see her hand come out of nowhere
We
and give you the
tried.
Gib smack. Nah. No, we're one of those couples that like they got a wing of the house. I got a wing. They've got a, husband in every zip code. I got a wife in every zip code. No, I'm just kidding. But
His part of his house smells like feet. The feet.
I do need to clean in here. So that is one bad thing about my office. It does not have a window. So airing it out
Through the window,
could be a problem.
to the wall.
To the wall. To the sweat drop down my.
And my
Oh, geez. That's crap. Real fun fact about Star Trek Fleet Command. You could not make a lot of the music from the 2000s again today. Would not be acceptable.
too offensive.
Could not do it. Could not.
Well, but they made WAP though.
Not
Red's like, yep.
Scooby says Denobulans in
Motherfucker.
3 wives with 3 husbands each. The Denobulans were pretty daggone progressive as a species because like Phlox was like completely unbothered. And they're like, so what happens when she's with the other husband? Cool. Whatever. Phlox was the man. It's like, yo, I'm just here to, tear apart animals, dissect them, and then go back and get laid when I need it. I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome. Jet says,
I can't go through Ponfar. With
any idea what ops I have to be to start getting con shards on Swarm Sunday? That'd be level 28, Jet 4. Level 28.
What did I mention? I forgot. Oh, yeah.
Rom says, what kills me is that just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you are protected from potential COVID variants. Very true. I wore a mask Saturday when I went out.
I still wear my mask, but because those people that aren't wearing or not getting vaccinated, it's going to get worse.
I also wear a mask for selfish reasons, as in I spent this money on all this stuff. I'm wearing it till the strings fall off. Like, it's going to be 2024 and I got mask on. And honestly, some of the mask really shape my face pretty well. Like, you'll meet some people who be like, man, they are so fine. Like, they got the mask on, it's contouring their face, and then they take it off and you go, no.
What is wrong?
Put it
back on. Put it back on.
That's not what I thought. That's not what I thought. Like, you went from Scorpion to the new version of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't talk bad about the new Mortal Kombat. It was actually pretty good.
Oh, I enjoyed the movie, but the new character they made was hella cheesy.
Get over here.
It was hella cheesy, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you supposed to be right now? What are you from the Earth Kingdom? Get out of here. Get out of here. It's hella cheesy.
Dude, someone got their message deleted by the bot.
Yeah, Dusty says, I started watching your videos on Cruise because I need my Sally to produce better in defense. What do you mean in defense? Like base defense?
Wait, why was Eddie's comment deleted by the bot? They weren't offensive or anything.
Probably caps lock. Yeah, spamming caps. Nightbot says because of spamming caps. Have I ever been recognized in public? I have for my football work, never for Star Trek Fleet Command stuff. Not a lot of super nerds in my families and my areas.
Area code.
I got mask. You know where I was going with that. In different area codes. Area codes. Sean says Phlox's wife was not half bad, sort of girl I'd love to meet. Phlox's smile still creeped me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. That little weird ultra smile he did. Kind of creeped me out. Just being real. A little creepy. I'm not trying to be negative, but it was a little bit creepy.
And with like the new Picard to come, and was it New Worlds? And then the animated cartoon with Janeway in it.
Hoo, hoo, hoo. Yeah. What about it?
I'm excited to get more. I'm excited to get more Star Trek.
You want a fun fact?
Hmm.
One of the writers for Star Trek Prodigy, which is upcoming, with Catherine Janeway, plays this game.
Yeah, that's cool, actually.
Yeah, I've gotten to meet them, not in person, but meet them, talk to them a few bit. They enjoy the game. They have similar complaints about Scopely as many of you do, but the fact that an active writer for some type of Star Trek series plays this game is so cool to me.
Scopely needs to reach out to him and hire him.
But no, they need to reach out and hire us. That's what they need to hire.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you something that you'll laugh about.
Okay.
I
better laugh too.
Okay, so there's an article that was
Rum
rated
is just trying to have me slide DMs because Rum is currently using next generation idioms, but Rev, his arms open. I was like, yes, I love it.
All right, look at those pictures I sent you.
Okay.
And there's a complete obvious flaw in one thing they used in that article, and this is ran by CBS, this company.
Is it the second
There's
one?
an article about. It's on the first one. The second one's just saying it's ran by CBS.
Okay.
So it talks about Star Trek Fleet Command, but look at the trailer they have there.
That's the Legends trailer.
And they're running it. A CBS company is messed up. The whole editor messed up. I reached out to the editor. I'm like, yeah, dude, you need to change that.
KS says, roughly what tier does the ISS Jelly need to be able to kill heavy transports in Sol?
Tier 5, Tier 6 with your TC research, hostile research, and then the new research.
I was going to say tier 5.
You're going to squeak by.
As well
you're
as...
You're going to squeak by.
You're going to need a max PMT too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, you're going to squeak by.
Moreau has to be minimum tier 3. Minimum tier 3 to do it as well.
You're going to squeak by because I barely kill one as is.
Yeah, it is doable though, especially if you got the territory bonuses. But you're going to need to be tier 5-ish. Like I can't do it right now, and I'm tier 2. So
that's why you go LKK on an Enterprise Max.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody showed me a new crew for it was actually significantly doing better, but it was on a higher end. Or is this text?
Ooh, Rum says I've been rewatching the Next Generation series before this arc. So got a refresher all the TNG stuff. What Rum is saying is that they watched Rev Deuce, had an idea what was coming, were prepared. Be prepared.
Dun, 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 on a max end, he used Yuki, Kirk, and Khan. And he squeaked by.
Interesting.
But his end's like a 5.5 million.
Just went with the old shield stripping. Leslie Kirk Khan would have done.
And then he has a, what is this, tier 5? Jelly, and he did Kirk, Spock, and Khan on the Jelly, and killed the Heavy.
Spock and Khan, do.
Yes, Leslie Kirk Khan is going to be like the paramount for it.
That's interesting.
For killing heavies. Yeah, I was like, really interesting.
Oh, apparently DJ got a chuckle, and they got a chuckle out of my he has the best dad bod comment when I tagged him going live. So, whoops. I accidentally clicked the wrong voice channel. I didn't mean to click a voice channel at all. But yeah, apparently my dad bod comment about DJ made its way around back to the show tonight, which is pretty funny. And you know, funny enough, we never actually talked about why Ultimate DJ has the ultimate dad bod.
Is he a dad?
He does have a great dad bod.
And a salesman?
He has shown pictures of himself. Like he's always tried to avoid his face, but he has shown pictures before. He's dad boddened up. He just doesn't sound Asian. Every time he says that, I'm like, no.
Wait, what?
Every time he says that he's Asian, I'm like, no.
Really? I'd
Yeah,
like to be a big hefty white guy.
You haven't heard that several times? He mentions it all the time. See, you need to come to the show more often.
I know. Yeah.
Rum says, my question is, when are we getting the Spot officer? We do have a Borg Tribble, so we need Spot as an officer. I agree. Zoomer says he is. I don't actually know if he is or not. I just know he says it all the time. I don't know if he is. I don't remember if I've seen his face. I do remember that, and this was about a year ago, I managed to, because he accidentally overshared, found out where he worked, and I went and looked up like the company employee page just because I was curious.
I tried that.
But I remember I've definitely seen his legs because he was goofing off, and I think it was me and Gregor and a whole bunch of other people. And I saw that. I just don't remember if I've actually ever seen his face. I really don't. Scooby says, can a 33 Epic Eclipse be soloed? I mean, by somebody, sure. But
how big's your wallet? Let's find out.
yeah, it's like my level 50 and my current alliance can do it. It's like, who are you trying to get to do it, I guess is the question. Uh-oh. Lag. Stop lagging. That's not the good. Don't do that. Oh, I still got to do my anomalous phenomena.
Transport a ship around. Oh, wait, you don't have somebody.
Yeah. Chris says, are we going to get a ship during the TNG arc? Some variant. For sure. Maybe. Possibly. Could be. Be prepared. Dun, 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 dun. Lion King is amazing, by the way. If you've never seen the animated Lion King made in like 1995, see it. It's worth it.
You believe it.
Fielden says, I heard Pike, Tiza, and Sesha is what people use to solo Epic 33 Armadas. Oh, yeah,
What?
definitely. Definitely. Please go run that the next time you try to solo a 33 Eclipse.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
way
if
to
somebody
waste
does solo
directives.
with that, please send me the video. Send me the video.
And then you face palming afterwards.
Oh, gosh. I love the people who play this game. I love the people who play this game. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why that would be a good
don't.
crew. There's so many other crews. So many others.
You
Next
serious?
up is Clackers says, is hostile grinding the best way to faction grind, or should I try to find all the missions? Hostile grinding,
Oh.
like, not even close. Hostile grinding is the best way.
And use the right ship.
That
Give your
too.
hostile bonus.
That too. Let's see if I manage to finish my dailies doing this. That daily is completed. That daily is completed. I think I'm a couple short. I might actually have to go grind some stinking reds. I'm 15 points short. What can I do that's 15 points? I guess I could speed up a building. I really don't feel like trying to go mine with an hour left. By the way, we got 1 hour till reset, everybody. 1 hour until reset.
Build a building or just do a research.
Let's see if I got one that can speed up that's not. I got one that's 12 hours, so I can speed that one up. Speed
Just use
up.
your lat.
I don't want to use my lad. I'm saving it for when I have to buy 1 billion commons later. And don't act like I won't
Hey,
have
bro.
to. You know I will.
Hey, bro. Okay, bro.
Are you going to do a video on the new TNG officers? Of course, Nick. What kind of silly question is that? Of course I am. Who do you think I am? No one shall?
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too. So,
I need to
Doing
make something
okay.
to eat or take my daughter out to eat.
oh, it's only 8 for you. It's so weird for me to hear that. I'm like, people are like closing down now here. You can't be doing all that.
It's like 10 or 11 for most, and then I have a
Yes.
McDonald's. It's like almost 24 hours. and
Okay,
then
when
Dragon
I
Ball's
when I
supposed
hear going out to eat,
Oh,
I do
God,
not
DJ's
think
here.
McDonald's.
to eat. DJ's here. Run.
Where's DJ?
Look in the chat.
Oh, DJ's here! DJ! Hold on. We'll get DJ in here. Mr.
God, that
Big
song stuck in my
Shot,
head.
who do you think you are?
Oh, what happened?
Calling DJ.
Oh, okay. Mr. Cat Picture.
There he is, the ultimate DJ.
Only spot.
All right, so here I am trying to produce quality content, and I get this PM. And I'm like, Rev is talking about your body, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I mean, I don't really blame him. It's a pretty amazing body. That said, I just thought I'd pop over real quick and just say hey and hope that it was all as complimentary as it deserves to be.
Of course.
And more so, kind of get a timestamp so I could go back and watch this. Because I pulled your YouTube up and I'm like, oh, he's still on. Because I pulled your link up because I was going to go back and watch, and I see, oh, you're still on. So now I just need an appropriate timestamp. You got to go back and.
Funny enough,
Have fun with that.
I basically did that just to tag because Sunday night usually start around 6ish my time, and then semi get close to wrapping up around 8 or 9 my time. And I was just doing it to mess with you. We actually just talked about this like 15 minutes ago about how I never actually talked about the entire show. That was like the entire entry part, and we never mentioned it until about 15 minutes ago. We were actually talking about how you keep bringing up that you're Asian, and everybody's like, he is? I'm like, I don't know. He says it.
I mean, I don't like keep bringing it up. I brought it up I think I brought it up twice, but I brought it up because of the cat. Because on my cat. My cat is struggling with my Asian eyes. So
yeah, that's the conversation. I remember it now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
the avatar struggles. If I smile real big, then my eyes get extra squinty, and the cat starts twitching out.
It just sounds so racist, and I did.
I know, but again, it's one of those things like like it's me. I'm allowed to say it because it's me. But yeah, no, I think somebody sent me like a screen grab for one of my videos where the cat was like twitching out hardcore. Like one eye was like, it was like a lazy eye on one side, and the other side was hilarious. Like spazzing out. So yeah, my cat has visual problems, visual acuity issues.
That's good. Now I remember why and how that conversation actually came up. So, because we were actually talking about how so the joke was about your dad bod. And I said in the tag that I said that you had the best dad bod, the ultimate dad bod. It was like your new name.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how like a year and a half ago, there's a group of us. It was me, you, Gregor. I think Truckin was there, and we were just in chat goofing and talking, and how you had like sent random pictures of like your legs and like your torso and stuff down, but always avoided showing your face.
Mm-hmm. Like those pictures. It's those pictures are me chilling out on the front porch of my house, like, looking out over the landscape or whatnot. And so I had my feet, I know that picture. I had my feet propped up on my porch, and I took a picture out. And so you guys got to see my incredibly muscular calf muscles. They were good looking calves. And so you guys got to see that out there. So yeah. Oh, there were some good looking baby cows out there too.
Ultimate dad joke is the next one. Ultimate dad joke Z. It fits. So
yeah, dad jokes with a Z. You got it.
That's good.
So yeah.
How about you streamed 7 hours last night? I did Jackbox for 3 and I was done. I was like, I can't do it. I got. What time
were you on? I didn't see you on at the time.
It was Friday. Sorry, I mixed.
Okay.
Friday. I did 3. And
I didn't see anybody
7,
on last night.
I was like, what?
So I was a little bored last night, and I decided to go on just on a whim, just to grind. Like I was just going to go in. I was going to hunt some Borg probes, whatever. We went on at 10:10 p.m. Eastern time.
Wow.
And we went off this morning at 5:47 a.m. I was just playing.
That is so playing. You're not 19 anymore, sir. That is not acceptable. You have a family.
Today was a very miserable day, dude.
I
bet. Today was a rough day. It was. I got like 4 hours of sleep, which, for a 72-year-old man, that's not acceptable. It's not good enough. And it was a challenging day. It was a challenging day.
Now, obviously, I didn't get to come to your show today because I do a video for the trading card game, and then I spent some time with my family, and then I did the stream. But
family.
Yeah, I know. What's that?
What's that?
I actually got to see my kids for like more than 30 minutes. It was great. But
That's a miracle.
That's nice.
I talked to no one about it already. I know you're probably going to have a similar opinion. I know you definitely talked about it on the show, and you can give like a minute marker if you want. But today's event, the Prime Directive one, was so good. I actually messaged Ops about it, about how much I liked it. What's your take on the Prime Directive event?
Oh, you don't want my take on this. So I
Really?
love the event the way it presented today. Yes, hold on. So it's a long thing. I love the event how it presented today. Truthfully, I do. I have a possible theory about how we see it. So if you look at the Prime event, there were two different Prime events. You had the one gift chest that gated you entry to one of them. If you look at the event themselves, the resources and materials, yes, you got a rare ticket there. And I kind of have reason to believe that was the way it was intended. As a matter of fact, we are being sourced. We know, for at least from what Scopely has told us, that they are going to source 30 rare tickets for the free to play. You're gonna, well, I say free to play. If you've got the $20 Elite Pass, there's 20 tickets there at Milestone 18, and they have told us that they're giving us 10 through an event somewhere, sometime. So they are giving 10 at least to everybody. You've got 20 more coming for Elite Battle Pass holders. And if you don't buy any rare tickets, then you've got the 30. This event is scheduled 3 times. And I maybe wonder, just given like earlier in the week, there was a lot of knee-jerk reaction to the concept of rare ticketed events. I halfway wonder if this wasn't a last-minute adjustment to make people, feel good and start to feel better about it. But I do expect this event to not present itself the exact same way on the next scheduled date. I think that the event is there, but the rewards, listen, let's face it, those rewards were magnificent.
Yeah.
One might even describe them, Rev, as premium. And that is my concern.
Oh, it was beyond premium.
I will say that.
There you go.
Because knee-jerk is a great way to describe it. I do dislike it in general, but the conversation that I ended up having was going back to the pay-to-progress versus pure pay-to-participate argument. And they agree that they wanted more of the former, not the latter. And at the current setup, even if they change it a little bit in the future, it's still pay-to-participate. So I think long-term, hopefully, just based on the conversation I had, when this happened, was that trying to find a way to make this an actual, pay to progress, as in you can do more and you can do it faster, but still finding a way to properly source it for grinders. We'll see how that pays out. Obviously, that was a conversation from like 4 days ago at this point, but they definitely heard the frustration, and Noah and I were talking about that. The ops going over this cycle right now have been extremely receptive to feedback, obviously put in a ton of work when it came to the next generation. There's a lot of great little Easter eggs. Like, I loved the poker frame that's now around my data. And that's one of my favorite things ever put in the game. I know I used to talk trash about frames and avatars so much, and now I get my little combos and I get giddy about them. So
I know, I'm right there with you. I thought I was never a vanity guy, and I pushed to get the avatar and the solo leaderboard for Recruit the Officers. I'm pushing to do the research because I want the shuttlecraft. I actually chose the poker chip today. I chose the avatar over the frame because I also just unlocked the holodeck frame.
I love that one.
Yeah, so I love the holodeck frame. I unlocked that, and I've got my poker chip inside the holodeck frame at the moment. So that's why I chose the event path that I chose today. We have been assured that players who chose one or the other will have an opportunity at the matching set.
Keyword.
yeah. And that's why I listen, I'm cautiously optimistic. I loved the event, but the event paid so well that in my mind, just from Rev, you're the same way. We've worked with Scopely for a very long time. We know know the design, and no one shall too. We know the design of these things. This had the feeling of what was intended to be a premium event that they clearly made a modification to quickly to help preserve good sentiment this arc. I just don't know if that's going to continue or if they're going to come, if they're going to try to find a way to reiterate this. This was clearly
12 hostiles for $40 million lithium at level 39. That is a very premium experience.
I got like 300 and something million.
Well, you're
it's extremely premium. So that's why, and I mean, clearly, obviously, the original intent was to have this behind a ticket. And so, hey, best case scenario, they leave it exactly as is. I don't know if they will.
The one thing I hope they keep up is the 2 jellyfish bras and a Parabellum in a week, like they did last week. I want them to keep that up.
You're not supposed to bring that up. So
what?
No, I hope they keep. Wait, what?
What did you say?
Nothing.
Was there 2 Parabellums? I don't remember there being 2 Parabellums.
There actually was.
There was.
It was 3 days in a row. You had a Parabellum, your brawl, and then a Parabellum again, 3 days in a row, which was amazing. Yeah, it was good. So
yeah, that was great.
Keep that up.
But don't mention that. That's like Fight Club. Like, you get multiple Parabellums, you shut your mouth and do it. You just don't say anything about it. You just go do it. And everybody under level 39 is like, what's a Parabellum? You'll find out. It's like the greatest reason to go to 30 in camp is because of the Parabellum. So
now, hey, Brandon in your chat says the level 30 rewards were not that impressive. I'd be curious to see what they actually were, Brandon.
Yeah,
because saying that they're impressive versus not impressive. I mean, I guess it just depends on what it actually was. Because listen, at 39, it was something like 76 gas.
And then,
it was
70
a lot.
uncommon gas, which is huge for one event to pay out that much gas. That's a lot. Most events will pay out about half that in terms of gas for all 4 tiers. So I'm curious what his rewards were as well. I mean, because even
I'd like to.
My level 10 account got like 20 uncommon 2-star and 80,000 dilithium. That's a crap ton for level 10.
So
that's a lot. That's a lot.
I have something that might create controversy.
Oh god,
that I've been kind of mulling over. So,
all right, what you got?
We are led to believe battle passes you increase, or for each level you have, it increases your battle pass, give or take, right? Like what your rewards are in total,
2
like
levels,
after each arc. Yeah, so between 40 and 50, it doesn't change whatsoever, at all.
So
a 40's battle pass is gonna be the same as a 50's battle pass. So with steel and yada yada yada, besides all the event stuff related.
Okay.
So in other words, as you level up, then the battle pass loses value.
Yes, I want to dig deep into it and find exactly where battle passes are per each ops level. And
I've got the numbers for 34 and 24 I can send you because I got to work with the dev team on that video, which ended up being a whole weird thing earlier this week. But one thing they've made very clear is that they're continuing to manipulate the milestones that pay out, not the resource milestones for the battle pass, but like 16 and 18, which is currently doing the assignment refresh tokens and then the keys, that they're currently as in continually changing what those provide for what they perceive as similar value type items. No, so for things like faction credits or badges that would normally be there, or right now are things like refresh tokens and stuff. So I'll be interested to see what the feedback they get when it comes to those items, because at the end of the board, giving me 2 refreshes and a special star chart is not a lot of value for a free BP ending to me. And I'm curious what feedback they get on that.
Notice this though, Rev. That special star chart is not the same currency as the star charts we're using to unlock rare assignments. I don't know what that is.
That is in the away team research panel.
No. So if you go to away team assignments, yes, this is a different currency. It looks the same, but its name is different. If you look at a rare away team assignment, show me what research you're looking at there. I'm on your video screen. So.
Well, see, it says it was for unlocking.
No.
It's unlocking a special assignment. It says that it's available for unlocking a special assignment. My guess is at the conclusion of this arc, we are going to see either maybe potentially another node with a special. Listen, it's no secret that they told us that they plan on long-term sourcing data, epic data from away teams' assignments.
Yeah.
My guess is there's a node here we don't see yet. That's why nobody's seen data shards yet.
Oh no, there's somebody else.
Is in an away team's assignment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not.
I got a picture somewhere. You need to pay attention at their place.
Okay. Well, maybe so. And that's great. And it's great if it did. But nonetheless, if you go into your away team's assignments, the rare star charts that it's charging you to do a rare assignment is not the same token.
Yeah, and that's why I thought it was something like one of the researches that it would go to. I actually hadn't looked it up.
It's currently not. It's currently non-source. Like it reminds me. It goes back to like the Borg arcs when you got that special Borg token.
Yeah.
That didn't look like it do anything, and then eventually it ended up giving us an avatar. But nonetheless, this is the name of the currency is different, and the purpose of the currency is to unlock a special assignment. So I'm curious to see what that assignment.
Or maybe it's a one-time assignment, a one-time mission.
It could be a one-time assignment. It could be a one-time assignment, and it could be a node that presents that unlocks a future type of assignment. So lots of speculation open for that right now.
Here. Shit. Sorry. I'm going to drop the picture of the data one. I just found it.
Go for it.
I'd like to see it.
Right there.
I like to see it. I'll be daggone.
Oh, look at that. What level was that?
The guy's in his
high.
44s.
Because DJ, did you see the screenshot of somebody getting 5 Tribune BPs?
I did.
I thought that was an insane amount of value to give in one mission assignment.
Well, and that's what I've been saying. The assignments themselves, I don't think we should be focusing on the assignments as the main part of our payout. The main part of the payout is the currency for the research tree. But there's definitely some super juicy bonuses in here that require a great deal of praise to the RNGesus. But not every assignment is going to have that same type.
Agreed.
Like this is like getting a lucky pull out of an officer chest. When you get that assignment, you want to be ready to jump on it. All right, but not every assignment's going to be that way. The assignments that drop DJ. 5 Tribune BPs, that's the
This is why I shot you that I wanted logs so we could track and then get percentage bases on when these actually show up and what the percentage rates is. Because just like the refinery, there's a box that they have a certain percentage marked of when this will show up and when it won't. And the only way for us to really track that is to have a log system. And right now we can't tell.
I love that idea. As a matter of fact, a lot of players have talked about that. Even being able to track your failures. I got a failure today. My failure, I was on
and they don't give you any information on the failure. It just, you failed.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you.
It looks like the 34 one is a 17.2 million deal for the Prime Directive one. You posted in your tavern.
Oh, nice. Okay, so let me see. That's level 34. It was a level 30 who was saying no.
Yeah,
but level 34, Brandon, that's a huge value to me.
He did, and he posted. He said it was 5.1 million. And here's what I would argue. At level 30, 5.1 million deal. That is several dozen researches for that level. Go fully destroy your best ship and see how much dill it takes to repair, and I bet it's like a couple thousand. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So 5 million is pretty phenomenal. Now Brandon says like I don't have a whole lot of value on it. He says he's got 283 million dill already. Good God, son. At level 30?
So shout out to him for being a massive raid king, I assume, or a heavy spender. But that is an insane amount to have at level 30.
I saw someone with a billion.
Look at Rev at 39 with 250 million.
Yeah. Now, granted, I have to blow like 30 at a time for every research now. But yeah,
I've only got 57 million myself. Yeah,
354.
That's
million.
A lot of dill.
Let's just say this, Brandon.
A lot of dill.
You come to server 20, I'm raiding the hell out of you. But you better keep that shield up. That's all I want to say.
Shield or share, brother.
Yeah, I mean, that is critical for me in my research stage right now because, like, there are times where I don't want to do a research because I wait for events and leaderboards. So I just get stuck doing territories because they're pretty cheap until you get to the really high ones. But I've got these researchers that want like 400, 500 uncommon and 20 and $30 million lithium. So,
See, this doesn't make sense to me. Brandon never raids and never spends more than $20.
what?
That at level 30, where do you have 283 million
Where did you
deals?
get
from?
it?
Like,
He must be a forever 30. Like he's just sitting there.
How long have you been playing,
You've been-
Brandon, out of curiosity?
I've been level 30 for 17 years.
I mean, that's an insane amount. I mean, great on to you. That's awesome, but that's wow.
That seems really. That's a lot. My
It
God,
is.
that's a lot. But good on you. Hey, yeah. I mean, if you have that, then maybe I can see where the event had a little less value to you. But I'm here to tell you, most of us are pretty deal hungry. So it was kind of glorious. So I guess another example of not every event is meant for every player. If you don't need dill, then you didn't care about today. But
Well,
what about the gas?
It's like,
Brandon,
yeah,
you're level
what about the
30.
gas?
Surely you needed the gas.
Yeah. Oh, and
Where is
Aaron Stevens here says, "Hey DJ, caught you so much for sleeping."
I was going to go, but I had to check out this dad bod thing.
You can't
Like,
escape
I
the
had to-
game. This is all there is to it. You can't escape the game.
I had to figure out what was going on with the dad bod thing. So
By the way, here's your log, DJ. I just shared it to you. We just talked about on the stream, why would somebody run this loadout and solo a 33? Somebody just went and did it because we mentioned it on stream.
Jesus. Did he die?
Nope. Well, yeah.
yeah, he died a miserable death. It was a horrible death.
Way to waste 500.
That's
direct.
That's an interesting loadout. Yeah, I don't see any value in that. Of course, I know that some people out there really value Pike in some loadouts against armadas. I'm not one of them. I hate Pike in an armada because he doesn't fire reliably. Sometimes he works, sometimes he doesn't. My own alliance admiral tries to encourage the use of Pike and Jayla in a Swarmata because the hits, and it's not reliable. It doesn't happen every single time. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I don't like unreliability. If I send out a crew, I want it to work the way I know it can work.
Does it not
and Pike
happen,
is
or does it
unreliable.
just not display? Because that's a huge issue with logs, especially armadas, where if there's multiple pikes or even one pike, it's not always going to display, but you can still track the effect actually happening.
Well,
All right, ladies
that's
and
the
gentlemen, I'm
thing.
gonna
It's
dip.
easy to see. It's easy to see with Pike and Jayla because you're checking
you would get
for
extra
the number
shots.
of shots.
You get extra shots.
And it can happen in one battle and not happen the next. It's weird. I've not been able to nail it down. I don't know what the contributing factor is, but one battle she'll fire 5 shots, the next battle I'm down to 3. I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I'm
Now,
just curious with the
Now,
actual
Abraham
concept
talking about the
itself.
Leslie thing, that's different
It is.
because I don't have Pike in the captain's chair. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
using
doing that
Pike
for
for the,
synergy.
Yeah. So that's a slightly different scenario. I'm talking about Pike in the captain's chair.
Here I
is
got
the
an
one that I don't
officer
like.
question for you. Have you gotten to test LaForge yet?
No.
Dang. Because I was reading his officer and I was curious because it says the bonus versus armadas or Klingon hostiles, right? I was
Mhm.
wondering if it was coded to double dip versus a Klingon armada because Klingon anti-faction officers will work versus Klingon armadas and specific armada officers will work. So I wonder if he'll be able to double dip that bonus versus Klingon armadas.
It's an interesting question. My initial gut reaction would be no, because I would
So would be
imagine
mine.
that the conditional statement,
Yeah.
the conditional statement is probably an or.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if either of these categories is satisfied, then do this would be my guess. But
It is
Yeah,
Scopely.
hey, Scopely coding is not always exactly the way we would
Exactly.
expect it to be. So yeah, I'm not 1,000% sure. But looking at the observability, increasing weapon damage against Klingon hostiles and armadas.
Yeah.
My guess is that's just a hey, is this a Klingon hostile or is this an armada?
I would really curious how it works.
And by the way, to be clear, that's not any armada. This should be clarified. I brought this up. The Klingon is the descriptor for either option. Klingon hostiles and Klingon armadas. This will not be an officer that you can take into ROM space and use. This will be specifically for targeting Klingon armadas and targets. This is not a general armada use officer.
Yeah. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. I like the new officers. I had a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot, a few people question kind of the idea for the pinpoint officer styling where they have one particular purpose. I actually like this. But I don't know
Let me
if
ask
everybody
you,
does.
what does LaForge's officer ability say to you? What does it speak to you, Rev? Because I see a very clear in the future crystal ball kind of message from this officer.
Ooh.
I mean, I'll share it with you. It's not private. It's my opinion. I was just kind of curious what you see when you look at this officer. What do you see?
I mean, in general, I see a focused set where this continues a theme where they're picking one set to focus on one particular objective. But what exactly are you pointing at?
All right. Let me so we've got, first of all, there's two independent ideas. One, this is Klingon. Obviously, I kind of think that there's going to end up probably being a match set. We're probably going to see another officer with a Romulan ability, and who on Earth from TNG would be targeting Federation hostiles and armadas. Okay, so there's something very interesting there. Now, this is another thing. This is an epic officer that is clearly mostly going to be obtained by upper level players, at least at this point. Yeah. Rev, hop into your away teams research. Real quick.
Okay.
Because I see a correlation between this officer and some new research. And this also gives me some crystal ball looking into the future. If you look at the away teams research and you go back to the later part of the tree, you're going to see some Armada research there. Keep going. I know I might be a few seconds behind.
The hauler, I think. No, it's not that far. Is it the demolition ones? Yeah, the demolitions.
Yes, the demolition ones. There you go. These demolition researches improve your damage against specific faction Armada targets. Now, the crazy thing is, Rev, to unlock that research requires Ops 40.
Yeah.
Okay. And each level of research continues to work its way up one ops level at a time.
I see where you're going.
There's a research here to increase damage against faction armadas at level 50. Now, how many level 50s do you know that have trouble with a level that have a level 39 epic that they just can't take out?
So what we're saying is we're finally getting those rare Armada tactical cores after almost 2 years.
I mean, that's my opinion, is that we're going to see a significant Armada expansion, not only with the rare tactical cores and the ACC, but potential. I mean, obviously with the Armadas themselves. Right now they stop at 39. So to me, it screams. Now listen, whether it's 6 months from now or a year or 2 years, this screams to me deep space Armadas are coming.
Yeah.
All right. Level 50 bro Armadas. That's on the horizon.
Shout out Dreamweaver. I mean, it's great. And honestly, I've been having more and more whales ask me this. I know it's been a topic in the VIP Discord, and it's one of those many things that, you get in your higher level players bored because they can't do anything. I mean, our level 50 or one of our 50s just launches them out of boredom and will bring any ship in the world because it doesn't matter. There's literally no challenge. They can bring their
So why would a level 46 or level 48 or level 50 need damage increases against a faction Armada?
Yeah.
And currently, there's no reason for that, which means a reason must be coming. It must be being presented at some point in the future, because these researches, they're here for a reason. They're going to serve a purpose.
Deduction. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great process.
So that's that. When I was going through this tree and I was reading, I'm like, why does a level 45, why does a level 50 need Armada research? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Look at what Zalisi writes right there. I'm sorry, I'm saying your name probably wrong, but 50s can solo an epic 39 with a pylon
easily.
They don't need Armada research. So
why what if this? Because we were talking about the battle pass earlier. What if that's what that token allows you to start working towards it. Unlocks the mission or unlocks whatever they end up, or even an away mission that you spend that on that helps you get the Armada tactical cores needed to finally upgrade. They tie them together.
You know what's beautiful about these assignments, Rev? And not necessarily the assignments themselves, because obviously we have seen that the super amazing drops are definitely rare. Yeah. They're definitely not enough. I mean, it's not like you're going to walk in and get 350 BPs to a Tribune. You're not going to get a full pull of an officer. That's not what it's meant to be. I think if you were trying to grind, for example, an epic officer out of, critical success of random assignments, it's going to be a really long road.
Yeah.
But this mechanic here carries the potential to literally source anything that we have forgotten about. This mechanic, I mean, what if you got an assignment that, let's say it's a rare assignment, it's a 3-day assignment, it drops, say, 5,000 service awards and drops 5 ship skin shard trackers. Not even critical bonus, just like in the main reward. If it was 5 ship skin shard trackers, who's not doing that assignment? Yeah, I'm doing that assignment.
I like it. And I've been trying to really push to everybody. Remember, this is a long-term play. I love it as a long-term mechanic. Like my level, the Server 63 account that I made because it just launched, gets it at level 8. I'm telling you, it is such a game changer to start the game with this. Great. I mean, the biggest key for me, and I posted this in the dev interview we did last week, is the fact that they really are pushing that this is an additive. It literally has nothing to do with any other way you gain any other type of material or item. It's a 100% additive feature. So even if it's a small amount, it doesn't matter if you got some in an event over here or you did a refinery pull, 100% stands on its own. Over time, it's going to help you get so many different things you either forgot about, don't normally do. And even for me, I'll get random 2-day ones that pay me out, 4-star ore that I don't even bother mining. So sure, I'll go put some random cadets on there for a 70% chance of getting free 4-star.
Well, and Ian says in your chat, the odds are redonkulous. Maybe today we're less than a week in.
Yeah. Things could be adjusted. It's not a final product.
Yeah. Yeah. We're early. It's my belief that long-term we're going to see better sourcing of the speed ups, but right now it's a hot commodity while people are trying to jam their way through research. I see this as being the quote-unquote Scopely catch-all. What about TOS salvage, Rev? This would be a great place to throw in a critical bonus, a critical chance at, say, 75 TOS salvage or disco recovery recruit token.
Using TOS salvage,
if they do spore drive components,
there we go.
Spore drive components. You could throw anything in here. I mean, anything. This could literally be the lottery for taking any previous past currency and sourcing it this way over the long haul. It just has so much potential. Now, how much of that potential Scopely uses, who knows? But again, to Nathan's point, you say adjust it down. I actually think it goes the other way. I think right now it's hot. I think everybody's focused on it. I think it's going to be like Stella. 6 months from now, half the community is going to still be working on this. Half the community is not. And I think that eventually you're going to see Scopely loosen up on this because it's going to lose a little bit of its passion. It's going to lose a little bit of its heat. But right now it's hot. Everybody's running dozens of these things every single day. So, yeah, I bet the commodities are being a little tight right now. But, hey, 30, 60, 90 days from now, I think it's going to be rare to see an assignment that pops up with a data shard or 2 data shards? No, I bet that becomes a little bit more feasible. I mean, especially if it's an epic assignment, it's 5 days and let's say it's 3 shards. I mean, that's reasonable for a completely passive acquisition of an item. So I think right now it's tighter. I think we see it. I think we see it loosen up a lot over the next 3 to 6 months.
I think the great thing too is that it's an offhand tool, which has been something that everybody keeps asking, like, look, we want less time, less things, et cetera, which is one of my favorite things about today's Prime Directive thing was it was literally like a 5-minute event. So everybody loved it as an additive thing. But that's what away missions are. It's literally click it, forget about it. And the research has got some great stuff down the train. And like one thing I don't feel like we've given enough credit to them for, and not that we just don't believe it's good. But the research trees they put out with territories and away teams have got such juicy researches at a reasonably achieved pace.
Absolutely.
That has been one of the best things they've done for the free-to-play community. Territory and away missions both give you immediate bonuses early on to free-to-play players. Immediate. Sure, there's stuff for the whales, of course, but in general, I didn't spend any money on territory research. My enterprise has gotten about a 300, 400,000 power boost just from doing those researches from territories. Away missions, just to 2 trays in, you start getting officer bonuses. You start getting rerouting to shields. So the defensive stat to all officers is on the second part of the tree. You have mining speed increases. So that's helping you have less time in game. That is all very important for the free-to-play player.
Well, not only that, but it's completely self-contained. It's not slowing you down in any progression of anything else. It's I know sometimes, Rev, you fuss about currencies, but the side effect of an additional currency is that it doesn't put you in a pinch for something you were already working on. You say it best. This research is juicy. It's effective. For all intents and purposes, it's free. It's a good simple research tree. I don't feel like they put a lot of junky filler. I was joking. No one still here?
He ran to get food with his daughter. So
okay. No one was actually witness to a backdoor meeting meltdown by Ultimate DJs. I actually have it on tape. Maybe one day when I'm not so embarrassed about it, I'll release it.
Okay. Now that sounds juicy.
When I was first told that there was a new research tree, I went bonkers. I was like, oh my God, if I see even one research with any stupid dependencies on vaults or resource generators or warehouses, I swear I will poop all over. I used way bad language. I will poop all over this expansion. I don't care what property it is. If I see a single research that has to do with vaults or warehouses, I will destroy it. And I know that the team was clearly just chuckling because they knew it. They already knew it was already designed. But I mean, listen, this is something that it's not like we've never seen that before. There's the Galaxy. The new station tree, even for the 40 plus, is just wrought with lame dependencies, like having to enhance your vault's protection to level 6 before you can move on to the it's rough sometimes. This tree, I don't know that it really could have gotten any better. This tree is excellent.
Look, even with the primes, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, currently the primes are only purchasable. You can't free-to-play grind them. Well, that's how a lot of the new primes started off. So that's normal. I mean, at some point, you will get ways to get the special, the away team's particles. So don't worry. It's going to come. My favorite thing about it is even though those primes are there, so the whales can buy them, literally like right next to them is the free-to-play variant. So, like, you've got the Prime Materials Extractor, 100% bonus. Oh, here's the free-to-play version, the 3-star gas extractor, the 3-star crystal extractor. Free-to-play can just go start throwing the research credits into that and start working on that as well. And if they want to come back at some point or buy it or grind at it later, that, of course, will become available at some point. So it wasn't like, it was this exclusive item. It was, sure, you can buy something here, but there's also a free-to-play option literally right next to it on the tree that you can reasonably get to.
Scooby says, are we going to get these primes? Still waiting on territory primes. I don't know what Rev's actual public opinion is on this. I don't think you're going to see that for a long time. I mean, Stevens Aaron is right. Some of the original primes were a year and a half, 2 years.
No, I'm not saying short. I'm just saying that eventually everything does get to the point where they do that and they open up new researches and they make the other ones grindable, essentially.
Yeah, I agree. I think as far as territory primes, I said when they came out, I still maintain it. I'm on public record. I think it's a year. I think it's a year minimum.
I think that's right.
We started territories in October and November. Mm-hmm. So I would expect to see a path present itself. later this holiday season, maybe January of 22. But I really don't expect it before then, and I'm not going to be surprised if it doesn't.
I'll remind everybody that we talk about prime officers and how all of us now encourage scrap your ships at 34. Get this, until the scrapyard got invented, there was no way. And then they added a mechanic that worked for you to be able to do that. At some point you could see this be something they add to away missions where you get an epic mission that lets you get 200 prime particles, and you're going to need 5 of those to then get the 1,000 you need to then go do prime damage versus PvP, or maybe it's only 100. But they're probably going to add at some point, and I do think a year to 2 years is around that time frame, probably closer to 2 if I'm just being honest, but 1 to 2 years, that then it'll add something. Okay, here's your ability to go get this one, because how they've always molded the game is not to pay to win, lock it away, but to pay to premium or pay to progress, where they're going to give you an advantage if you spend money for a set amount of time, and then that advantage goes away. That's how it was when they first launched the D3 Mayflower and Legionary. It was pay only. They were the first people to get them, and for that brief period of time, you laid waste to the world, and it was amazing, even though the Payflower sucked and you spent a ton of money on it. But it still was a premium thing.
I know not what you speak of, sir.
But eventually they opened it up. Now, do we necessarily like the time frame? No. But they have shown that they will, at some point, find a way to make it to where everybody can grind for it. It just might take longer than you'd like it to.
You see, you're saying you think 2 years, and I was hesitant on going that far just because game progression today is a lot faster than it used to be. But like I say, I think my position is
we both agree that
my
50
position
plus
is
is
a year
come.
minimum. Oh yeah.
But it's been a year and a half since that launched already. Now, granted, not on every server. New servers are still locked behind it and stuff. But that's been a year and a half, and we still don't have it. Is it coming and is it in development? Sure. But is it going to happen yet? No. And when it does, I think we both know that 4-star is going to be way easier for the free-to-play to just start getting through, because 5-star will be the thing, and that's where all the money's going. That all stuff is part of the long-term roadmap that they're thinking about. I mean, you've got devs already working on Q1 of next year. So,
yeah. Yeah, and let's not pretend too that this particular IP hasn't been under development for quite some time. Like I'm pretty sure that this has been written out for a while. Certainly, at least the majority of this calendar year. So, I would say all the heavy stuff's already covered until the end of the year. There will be some little things that could get added, but the rough roadmap's done for the next 6 to 8 months. Like the heavy features, yeah.
Like the away missions. When did me and you and even all the hints start coming out about this before the roadmap dropped last October for away missions? And that was still 7 months ago. So
yeah.
That means they're working on things for at least a year before it even releases.
So yeah, some of the big features.
Because you don't build away missions in 6 months. That's way too big to just been quickly built.
This was a pretty big project, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, not to get everybody depressed, like, oh, it's 2 years before I can get something. I'm just saying, like, there's always a path. And the good point of all that rabbit trail we just went down was now, yes, there are those purchasable primes, but at the same time, you got a free variant sitting right there next to it instead of having nothing at all. So, hell, Prime Officers 2 years ago was like the only officer bonus in the world. And there's now, I think, if we went and added up, and Stephen Aarons probably has some great sheet he made already. I'm pretty sure if you add up between Territory Tree, the new Away Missions Tree, the Galaxy Tree, and those three, I'm pretty sure you have enough free to play to equal a Prime Officers at this point.
I think you're bonuses. Right. 6 or 7. And I'll say this, some people have asked about, for example, the new away teams prime mining, for example. All right, here to tell you, that particular one, I don't know that it should carry a ton of weight for you, to be perfectly frank. It's 100% is the bonus to the base, and there's a lot of mining research already present within the game. 100% today is not the same as 100% was 2 years ago. A lot of people who have picked up this prime are seeing an impact of, say, maybe 2,000 or 4,000 or maybe 6,000, but it ain't no double.
It's closer to about, depending on your research, anywhere from 15 to 25%.
Yeah, it depends on your current level of research. Is exactly right. But for me, for example, it was a difference of like 3,600 an hour. I don't personally care. I'm mining close to 50,000 an hour inside territories, with the special systems and stuff. So, I mean, 3,000 an hour. I ain't spending money on that.
Neither. I mean, it, for everybody that asks me what primes to buy, that ain't gonna be one. That's not one I'm recommending. I won't honestly even recommend the extra away mission. I don't think you really need it. You get like 5 free at level 39.
You can get 7. You get 7 for free.
How many do you actually need? So
I opened all 7. Here's the only benefit in that one in my mind, and I think 7 is just as good as 8. Is just simply the selection you get.
Yeah,
right?
Better odds
an extra
to not
slot
get
means
stuck with 3 days all the time.
Yeah, so it's just an extra slot, and unless Scopely comes out and reveals that there is some other benefit, which they haven't done so at this point, it appears to just be an extra slot. Yeah, thanks, no thanks.
Yeah, so not a huge fan. It's cool if you get it. I mean, if you like it, cool, go for it. But it was kind of the same opinion I've had about a lot of the mining researches. There's just so many free ones they've put in that things mine so fast now. Now, I'll tell you what I'd rather have, DJ. Just go ahead and give me about 500 more 4-star nodes, because we're at the point where that's kind of getting ridiculous. There's less than 100 4-star each type out in space, and there's 1,000 3-star. We kind of need to up that number at this point. That's what I really need.
That's actually been a central part of feedback and conversations over the last several weeks, at least on our side, is that especially now with the release of the Frank A, the Frank A gave a lot of players a lot more access now to those systems. So people are mining them; they're filling up a little bit more. So yeah, even you talk to some people, I think it's Warp 160, 3 nodes.
Yep.
3. So I mean, one player could literally occupy the entire system.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that there needs to be some more. And I mean, I don't think that Scopely disagrees. I think obviously it's just maybe not been worked into the plan yet, but clearly, as more players approach that space.
I was just saying, you just mentioned upgrading armadas in deep space. I mean, if we're doing that, if we're upgrading deep space for that, we might as well just be upgrading deep space for everything at the same time.
I think deep space has a lot of potential that was previously unexplored. I think there's a lot of story you can do with it. How many empty systems? Like, how many systems don't even have hostiles in them? I mean, there's a lot you can do up there. I mean, so yeah, I think that there will eventually be, especially as more players get to it. Ian says, how to fix the 4-star economy. No way a free-to-play can get into the 40s. I actually argue that now.
Yeah.
35,
has been there
30
for 6 months, right?
Not only that, but I'm here to tell you, I bet Dekix is absolutely flipping his freaking mind about the Biotics refinery, because that is a massive, massive boost.
And
to
I
the
agree.
G4
It's not
economy.
just that, man. It's the 2 events we were talking about as we came in today, the Jellyfish Brawl and Parabellum. Those 2 by themselves give so much latinum and uncommon. And yes, you still need a ridiculous amount of ship parts and stuff, but free to play basically get given up to a tier 5 jellyfish for free in a very short time.
I'm a 39. I'm a 39 with a tier 4 jelly.
Yeah,
all right?
I'm sitting
That
on the
shouldn't
stuff
happen.
to get there. Let me tell you how many materials, just to give you all an idea so y'all can see them on the screen. Here's what I'm sitting on 4-star. And this is only, I have not bought anything. I don't think any of my packs even show 4-star yet, but I haven't bought anything 4-star. I've got 4,000 uncommon interceptor, 34,000 though uncommon explorer parts, as well as 150,000 commons. Here's my
juicy.
Uncommon ore. I got 4,000 uncommon 4-star ore. I've got 18.7 thousand uncommon 4-star gas. And that is all from Parabellums and Jellyfish Brawls. That's it. And that was all free. That wasn't, didn't buy anything, didn't refine anything. Oh, the epic gas?
Somebody didn't convert their rare gas.
That is, if you remember, I think I showed this to you like a year and a half ago. That was when Philip actually gave me that by accident.
The epic gas?
Before
I thought the epic gas is what we got in the whole Battle Pass fiasco here a few months ago.
No, I kept my rares and never transferred it. The epic, I got given before there was even a prime to spend it on.
Oh, well, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, still, the Battle Pass gave it to you for free either way. But I was just saying for free, I mean, look at all the stuff that I've gotten from commons, uncommons, rares, and that's just from events at level 39. I haven't even gone up yet. So they've done a lot more for the economy that we've probably, and I'll blame myself for this, not giving them enough credit for some of the things they've done. It's still not insane because keep in mind, 4-star ships go up 12 tiers. So you're not getting 12 tiers for free yet. But getting an ISS Jelly to tier 5 in a reasonable amount of time or tier 4 as a level 39, that's a pretty daggum big economy shift.
I would like to break some special news on your show if I can.
Do it.
Announcing a brand new ship coming into the game. This is what we call the Tiger Clothagus.
Wow. I'm gonna put this on the screen.
Yeah. That is literally in my game right now. No lie. That's what I got. I wonder if it'll actually fly through space like that. We're gonna try.
Well, I mean, it's got big enough nacelles, so it's not hurting nacelles.
It looks ridiculous.
On the screen here in just a second. Oh gosh, it's ridiculous. I love this game and its random graphical errors.
I mean, it just happened.
There you
not
go.
even not even trying.
DJ's new ship, everybody. Enjoy. It's outfitted to go hostile grinding, so that's great.
I am excited
to go out.
Yep, and obviously I can black alert jump anywhere I need to go, and have many dead Klingon bodies on my ship to protect myself, and a very nice leopard print there in the front. I'm digging that too.
I figured you'd dig that 80s leopard print. It's definitely your vibe.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been a good chat. We've almost gone about 3 hours just for my stream. You probably need to go to bed.
You got 4 hours to go. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and bounce out and wish you the best of luck on your marathon campaign.
Thank you.
Cool to hang out. Yeah, I am going to bounce. It's about time to go do some other stuff, and event reset in a few moments. So you guys make sure and get your miners ready for your overnight mining so I can come and hunt you all.
Very nice. I'm gonna hop off as well, so because I got to do my video for the trading card game tomorrow. So,
what game are you playing, by the way? This is a new one, right?
Which one? So you talking about the card game or the other Star Trek game?
No, I've been watching your stuff on Legends. You've got a card game. Is that a Star Trek card game? I haven't actually watched any of the videos on the card game yet. I need to.
I'm making my own card game. And
Oh, no kidding!
Yeah, I'll actually send you one of the prototype cards that the artist has.
Is there a playlist just for these videos? I'd like to watch because I watch your Legend stuff, but I've heard you talk about the card game, and I haven't actually seen your content
because it's just still so alpha. But there is that illustration is still not completely done. But I just sent you an example of one of the cards that were put
Listen,
together.
don't stress about alpha, okay? People pay millions of dollars to play test for you. You don't have to. You just find an appropriately rabid fan base, and they'll literally pay you to test their product for them. It's a great setup.
Well, I'm definitely going to go there. I just wanted to make sure I had enough to do that with. And then the other one is the Star Trek trading card game. I partnered with a company called Category 1 that sells them. Mostly I do it for collection's sake, but they are giving me a discount code to give out, and then I'm also going to give away some free packs to people. So I got to have that for tomorrow morning. So fun stuff. I just feel it'd be the biggest, nerdiest thing I could ever do is create my own trading card game. So that's what I'm doing.
It's actually kind of spectacular.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, to be honest. Like, it's full on nerdom, and I'm not even ashamed. Like, bring it. Bill says put it in Fleet Command. I'm not going to risk. I don't care about Scopely coming after me. I'm not going to risk CBS coming after me by putting anything directly like Star Trek. Like, there's not going to be a Jean-Luc Picard or an Enterprise D in there, but there could be some inspirations from things. But
I feel like that would totally happen too. Like, I think.
Oh, dude, CBS would like cease and desist in seconds. Like, you're doing what now? No, you're not.
It would hand deliver your letter.
Yeah,
like that would not even be quick. That would be ringing of the doorbell in like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's as much as I love Star Trek, it ain't worth that level of risk. But yeah, it's making my own. There will be Star Trek references, though. I'm not going to say that. I mean, I've already got a character named Martok, but you can't copyright every freaking name you've ever used. People can use names, but you're not going to see like just some avert Klingon sitting there with boots that have random talons on them. So yeah. Anyway, nerdy things that I'm getting myself into as well as this game. But Legends is great. You mentioned that just because it's casual, man. It's not like this one. I can really do 20 minutes and be done and just collect characters and watch them fight each other. So
fun times had by all. Well, listen, buddy, appreciate you letting me crash for a few minutes. Thank you.
For sure.
Appreciate it. And thanks to everybody else for consuming content. That is so important. I really appreciate everybody who consumes content. Really, truthfully, it's the best source of information in the game. Strategy and information and just learning about the game. People who consume content, they absolutely have advantages. Like there's no shadow of a doubt. So appreciate you guys consuming Rev's content, and thank you so very, very much for that.
By the way, I'll text it to you. I think we'll be excited about it. I'm actually going to do one with a follower of both of our shows, but I think it'll work really funny if me and you do it together too. So I'll hit you up as soon as I wrap up.
I'll respond to you tomorrow. Going to sleep now. Good night, everybody else. Yeah.
All right, that was Ultimate DJ. He is, of course, also one of our content creators here. And thanks, Eddie. I like that you like the card. When I have a few more out, like I said, we're going to do like a beta thing. And good morning, Dende. You're hitting me right as we're wrapping up. But if you enjoyed the stream, please hit that like button on your way before you head out, because YouTube really likes when you like and comment on videos. Like, it makes us super popular. Like, if you ever wonder how to make a content creator get more views and more people, you have to click the like button and leave comments. Also, if you want to, not required, think about hitting that PayPal link so that you can support the channel. That goes directly to me. No fees, no nothing. So it's greatly appreciated as we try to get a house and just get some fun projects. And if you are interested in the trading card game, like you want to beta test it or you want to get feedback, please hit me up. I have a Discord I set up for it. We're doing it kind of slow just because it's basically a one-man project. But please hit me up if you like trading card games. Discord, hit me up, or even on Facebook. I'd be more than happy to tell you my vision and see what you think about it. Y'all are awesome. Live long and prosper. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. We'll catch you on the next live stream because it is coming and coming soon, as well as a whole bunch of more content. Check it out. We appreciate it as always. And I'm just going to run, I don't know which outro this is, so I'm just going to run it. Deuces.
Remember, Spock doesn't go on the Enterprise. Live long and prosper. All the best.
An even better outro than the intro for the Empire and glory to your house.